Hello people of the internet, it is I, Soulrack Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we are going to be continuing the Valentines event. We did the waifu rankings recently here, which means that some of the Valentine's chocolates are sitting in the gift box there. They'll probably sit there for a while and be used when the next double XP or double super great success chance thing, whatever. But that's for the future. For now, if you are watching this on the YouTube, please be sure to like this video, comment down below if you have anything to say, subscribe to the channel, helps me out and lets you know when new vids come out, and if you want to catch me live, you can always check the description down below where there are links to the Twitch and Discord, where you can follow or join to get those notifications. Anyways, that aside, we do want to claim some stuff here, but there is a bit of a big news thing that was announced. Don't even need to go into an article. Ordeal Call 2 is coming mid-March, so probably within a month. You have to complete the Paper Moon in order to access it, and there's a pickup summon campaign for Durga, Saberdusa, and a bunch of pre-release bonuses as well. Hey Janice, welcome to stream. Happy things. Yeah, completely alright, man. Completely alright. It had a little bit of technical issues in the beginning anyways, but it got through in the end. It did get through. Is there new interludes or something coming out? Am I reading that right, or no? No, it's just about AP 0. Good. 0 AP cost. Good gracious. Honestly, it's nice that they do that, but I feel like that's going a little far. No cost to run those missions, man. But that's pretty much the only bit of big news here, is that there is the Ordeal Call 2 coming up soon. But let's start claiming some stuff, and then we can get into the event. But yeah, like I said, no issue that you missed the reward that waits for you up your stage. That is a shop CE, I will claim that. The waifu rank and stream, it all went up on the YouTube today. So, a reward awaits you after your studies is Pope Johanna. Arts by 8, spec attack against evil by 15, and 30% NP charge. And it is increased rock points drop. Nice. You watch the VOD and clip the stream, you're glad that... Yeah. Again, because I tend to read the dialogue myself out loud, just because... Even though it's spoken dialogue, it is in Japanese, and I can't understand the Japanese, and I'm a bit of a faster reader. I think I skipped through the first of Summer Tamamo's English, but I caught it that she did speak in English, and then I let it go through. And I mean, yes, it makes sense that the year would not line up, but they could have adjusted the translation. Yes, it's 2026 right now, and and it's meant to be for this year, but still, like, she obviously says 2024. They could have fixed that, you know? Anyways, with regards to the CE, it was spring break at Caldea University. Whether for QP or just a pastime, recently a private tutor has been visiting your home. What's wrong? You don't look well. The very thought of what's in the bundle is enough to throw off your studies for today. Wow, Pope Johanna is a tutor. Interesting to know. But lots of chocos filling the gift box. That is going to make it hard to scroll down all the way. I mean, I could probably filter them. Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, the funniest moment in the new Valentine. Yes, it was hilarious. Although... honestly, the other clip you made with regards to the Beast Umu, that was a good one as well. You know, she truly does have a gentle heart, despite being a beast. Let's just claim all the presents in the gift box. That's all. I really do have a lot of golden foes. A lot. Although, I guess... I should start putting some focus on Bakatoria. I probably should, considering she has made the waifu rankings. She is officially a waifu because I am a man of my word. Yep, Bakatoria will probably be getting them, but that'll be for later me to worry about, because present me kind of has to get through the event. I have no idea if I've got enough points built up to get me through all the main story. I mean, I'm almost at 600k, so I feel like that's close to being enough, but I don't know. Only one way to find out, and that's to do things as they go. So, Section 3, the shape of love's shape. Okay, then I should theoretically be capable of finishing everything off today, but the shape of love's shape. That's a weird phrasing. The shape of love's shape. A heart? I don't know, that's weird phrasing. I wonder if that's something that might have been lost in translation. In fact, I'm gonna get the Game Press guide up so I can see what the original one was. Let's talk about what it means to love a hero. We were so happy together, and we were incredibly fortunate to be wed. Our love was perfectly ordinary, and we were able to nurture it in a perfectly ordinary way. That's a good point. I have no idea. Shape of love's love. Amour, maybe? We found lots of treasures together. Treasures that made us happier than words can express. Although, no, it's probably not Amour. Artemis? Perhaps? And since he was a hero and the Prince of Argos, we never wanted for anything. We lived several different places over the course of our lives, but it didn't matter where we were. As long as I was with him and the rest of our family, I had everything I needed. I can't complain about a single aspect of our time together. From the moment he saved me from becoming a sacrifice, I devoted the rest of my life to loving him. I witnessed his heroism right by his side. Yep, nope. Game Press must have just used the translated, because it still says the shape of love's love, but that just sounds weird. So, you know, it's like I said, I know what it's like. I know that the people we call heroes are still just people, with the same doubts and hardships as anyone else. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why I'm here now. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna see Perseus, because we haven't seen Perseus yet. I'm so fired up right now that I'm gonna toss in even more boulders. I'd tell you not to wear yourself out, but I'm getting tired of repeating myself. It's great you've got energy to spare, just don't use up so much that you collapse. I won't. You always got energy to spare, don't you? I agree, I feel more energetic myself just watching you in action. Master, once we've had a little break, how about we gather chocolate too? Sure thing, Mash. Surely you do not think an abundance of energy alone is enough to become a hero, do you? It's not. Just kidding, I know that. Perseus wasn't full of energy all the time, kind of hero either. I'm not trying to be like anyone specific, I'm just trying to do the best I can in my own way. As for all my energy, I just kind of get like that whenever I try my best at something. She wants to be a hero. That's a dangerous path you're walking down there, Andromeda. I'm pretty sure that certain white-haired, red-cloaked archer might have some issues with that. You want to try becoming a hero? I know what you're thinking. What business does someone like me have trying to be a hero? But please, don't take it seriously, okay? Speaking of collapse, Columbus, my legs are still somewhat sore from the convention. Do a lot of walking around or just a lot of standing there? This is more just a personal goal of mine. Like, I want to selflessly help as many people as I can, but that's also being driven by a kind of selfish desire. I'm pretty selfish a lot of the time, actually. She's downplaying her feelings by laughing like some mustache twirler. Anyway, that's all there is to it. So if I ever say anything weird, just chalk it up to that. In fact, just forget I said anything at all. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get this show back on the road. I mean, ship back on the river. A lot of walking. It was much crowded than last time. Oh, I mean, that's good. It looked like you got a pretty good haul of swag. I'm guessing you sold off all of your stuff, including the hundreds of stickers I believe you said you had. There's definitely more going on here, though. Alright, that ought to take care of this latest boulder. You know, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. You called those chains of yours the Oracle's Chains Nereidus, right? Where did the name come from? Oh, that. There's no deep meaning to it. I just kind of felt like calling them that, so I did. The Nereids. Isn't that the name of the divine sea nymphs that led you to being sacrificed in the first place? Uh-huh. There was an oracle who said I had to be sacrificed because they were so angry. Now they say that's how I ended up chained to that boulder. They say? So basically I have these chains because of the Nereids' wrath, which we knew come from the oracle. But that's way too long, so I just called them Oracle's Chains Nereids for short. I see. Well, that leads me straight to my next question about the nitty-gritty details. There are differing accounts on why the Nereids were so mad in the first place. One says it's because your mother, Cassiopeia, boasted about being just as beautiful as them. And another says she was boasting about your beauty instead. Which one was it? Actually, I'd rather keep that a secret if you don't mind. Not many people bought your stickers this time, but the keychains and Valentine's posters are sold out. I mean, again, you got a lot of coup swag, so that's not too surprising. Oh man. But I can't say I'm surprised. Sometimes it's just rude to go prying too deep into a heroic spirit's past. Sometimes there are cases where even if they don't remember what happened anymore. So if you don't want to answer, that's fine. Besides, there's no fun in just having an answer handed to you. Great, thanks. In exchange, I'm happy to talk about anything else. What about Perseus, then? Would you be willing to tell us about him? We have several Medusas back at Chaldea, so he's not exactly a subject we can comfortably discuss there. Well, you have Medusas? Plural? I can see how that could become awkward. Actually, thinking about it some more, I'd rather not talk about Perseus either. Sorry! So much for anything else. Seems there's a great deal you cannot tell us, girl. If you mean to betray us, I suggest you tell us now so I can prepare just the right poison for the occasion. Oh, no, it's not like that. It's just, when it comes to actually talking about him, I kind of just get a little embarrassed. I mean, you don't usually talk about romance with people you only just met, right? At least that's my first impression. Oh, good point. Talking about romance is more Suzuka's thing, so I don't have much experience with it either. Yep, I saw that one. It is pretty interesting. It is pretty interesting. Like, Matahari is pretty low on the popularity rankings, which is mainly probably due to low rarity servant, not a lot of story appearances. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's gorgeous looking, but she isn't really helped by the fact that she hasn't gotten a summer alt yet. Although a lot of people do want her to get one, so I guess she's more popular than most people seem to think. But now that you mention it, that does seem right. So maybe we can try again once we've all gotten to know each other a little better. Yeah, there you go. Sorry again. And here I thought you girls your age generally talked about nothing but romance. Well, I mean, obviously we have a lot of people with some crazy romance stories in Greek myth community. But whether you can actually talk openly about your own kind of depends on the person, you know? Yeah. Damn it. Another river? Looks like that way, master. What's the shape of the river? Okay, that's a hammer. Hammer. And it looks like people? Galatea? You're discussing love? That's fine. I'm always ready to talk about mine. In fact, every statue I make is an expression of the love I have for my king. Yep, Galatea. Soon as I saw the people things in the river, I knew. They're in that other ship. It's Galatea. Let's see. Yep, she's giving off the same kind of readings as Rama, so the real Galatea is still in Chaldea. And that's a Choco servant made from her desire to see the person she misses, and, well, chocolate. A Choco servant? I've never heard that phrase before, but that's no problem. I'm not interested anyway. My only interest is in seeing my king once more. Well, that lady's a real statuesque beauty. I can feel Lady Aphrodite's blessing pulsing slightly. It seems I'm far from the only Greek here. I guess the Nereids, Sadis, and Poseidon have pretty distinctive smell, huh? Well, never mind that. So you have someone you miss a lot too, huh? I do. My husband and king, Pygmalion. I forgot about her having... Okay, note to self, for next year. Galatea needs to move down to the never gonna happen tier. Out of the needs development. Move Galatea down. I forgot she technically was married to her king and creator. Which is weird, but love is weird. Our love was so great that even the gods gave us their blessing. I was transformed from a statue into a human. I must see him again, no matter what. I must do whatever I can to repay his love. For I love him too, with all my heart and soul. I'm impressed you can say that with a straight face. You know firsthand how strong Galatea's feelings are. She's not gonna back down because we ask her to. Yeah, I can tell how genuine her love is too. It's so strong that it's basically all she needs, even at the expense of her own mind. Of course my love is genuine. But I don't see why you think that makes me some sort of berserk warrior who turned off her brain for it. Isn't she actually a berserker? As proof, I'm willing to engage in peaceful, civilized contests to resolve this conflict. We will calmly and rationally expound on our love and desire to see the person we miss most from more than anything. And whoever convinces the other that their feelings are stronger will be allowed to proceed. I assure you I'm prepared to win. All you need to do is keep talking until you admit defeat. My love is infinite, so I can talk about my feelings for my king for days on end. And as a Greek statue, I can easily withstand inclement weather as well. Just look at how many others have remained intact for thousands of years. Now, where to begin? What if we start with our favorite features from our loved ones' bodies? I'll go first. His shoulder blade lines. Okay, I mean statue, so some unconventional tastes, I suppose. Man, you're strong. I can't believe you just out and said something like that. I don't know if I'll cut for this kind of contest. I see, then I win by default. And as the winner, I'm going to keep my river going along with my statue trait. All you need to do steam making now is keep making statues. Something I've been doing all this time already. I'll start by finishing up one that was nearly complete. Put the on. Come on, girl. Now's not the time to be backing down. Your opponent means business. For now, I'll throw in more boulders to match her. You fool! You're giving her more ammunition. She will turn those boulders into statues. That helped her back to a deadlock again. Should I keep going then? That'd be better than nothing, but I doubt your boulders alone will be enough to break past her. We'll need to use your opponent's traits to further our river, just like we did with bananas. Exactly, the statues she's been throwing into her river are being treated as the same material as your boulders. Which means our boulders are counting as her statues here, effectively giving her double river fuel for free. So there's no way we'll be able to beat her by playing fair. What do we do? I think I have some good news. Galatea seems to be very particular about each statue living up to her high standards. Which means she's not going about it very quickly. I hope we can use that time to come up with a strategy. I know. We throw the boulders at the already completed statues, thus ruining the statues and just turning them into normal boulders. The best thing would probably be if we could throw in statues of our own to give ourselves a boost like we did with the bananas. As a member of royalty, surely you must have studied at least one form of art to know. Well, I did have a lot of tutors, but I usually slipped out of my classes to go swimming, so... Not surprising, she does seem a little bit ditzy. Is there anything we can do, Da Vinci? Good question, since we have some time to spare. Maybe we can scrape together enough resources to send someone in to help. There you are. Oh, maybe we can call on the real Galatea from Chaldea then. I had the same thought, but she actually just turned me down. She said there'd be no point in contesting her love for her king with her own self. And we can't force her to agree. I understand where she's coming from, too. It's true that fighting another version of yourself made from chocolate is nothing less than a nightmare. So I'm leaving the thinking to you. Even if it does take our opponent time to finish her statues, she will still overwhelm us eventually if we do not keep up our resistance. So we'll release the stockpile of boulders I've accumulated thus far. Hang on, I got an idea. What was that? You have another use for these boulders of mine? What do you mean? Again, we throw the boulders at her boulders. It sounds like a great idea to me. You'll depend on... Oh, it's a scenario thing. Interesting. Oh, and you just said that. Nice, Janice, nice. By the way, You watched Strange Fake this weekend? And if so, any thoughts? So the plan is... quantity over quality. That's always a good plan. Edison! That's a choice I did not see coming.
You made the right decision calling on me. I do take issue with one thing, though. My mass production's quality is just fine. I can churn out perfectly satisfactory articles at downright criminal speeds. All I need is this gizmo I whipped up with my incredible genius, the direct current fully automatic rock person conversion machine!
Well, I don't know what half those words mean, but it sounds amazing. I'm sorry I didn't keep up with my studies more. I don't think I could understand what's amazing about it, no matter how simply you explained it. Other choices, you know what? Avasbron using golems to making the golems work for yourself, or statues work for themselves, does make sense.
That's quite alright, my fair and energetic young lady. In fact, that's the greatest compliment any inventor can receive. You don't need to understand inventions for them to be useful. All sorts of problems can crop up from understanding them too well. Court battles, cheap imitations from competitors who don't know their place.
I don't know how your lion mask works either, but it's amazing too. It looks so real.
That's because it's not a mask at all, young lady. So would you please stop tugging on my beard? Rest assured you don't need to understand how this head of mine works either. Anyway, trust me when I say this gizmo here is something special.
So how do we use it?
Simple. Hit the switch, throw in the necessary amount of rocks, and...
Aw, these guys. I miss these guys. These guys are cool.
It uses those rocks as material to make new statues automatically, like so. I just wish I'd had a little more time, that way I could make the statues move around autonomously, too.
Nah, this is plenty. The important thing is now that we got the way to make statues that'll work with the other river's traits. Maybe we can't compete with Galatea's statues as beautiful works of art, but this should at least be enough to match her in numbers. We're definitely outpacing her in units per hour now, too. Of course, it's still an open question as to whether the low quality of our mass-produced stone statues will make a difference in our river's propulsion. But the only way we'll find out is to try and see how it goes. You love True Berserker's design, reminds you of Big Daddy from BioShock, the Jason cameo. Yep. The author of Strange Fake has gone on record saying that Alcides would have, if his master continued to badmouth Jason, Alcides would give up the Avenger-level grudge he has and silence his master for good. That is how much of a fucking bro Herc is to Jason. Like, to overcome the innate, simmering anger of the Avenger to defend your bro, like, Alcides has got you there. But, Berserker and Archer aside, what did you think of the Caster Noble Phantasm and the Einsburn Homunculus? Exactly, the same man who sacrificed himself for Jason. Didn't just sacrifice, he took 2 orbital laser cannons to put down for Jason. Like, that's a bromance if there ever was one. That just leaves the question of the material.
Indeed, not even a genius of my caliber can make something out of nothing. This is only a test run. The machine will soon shut down unless we can keep providing it with rocks.
Then we're all set. I'll feed it rocks for as long as my magical energy lasts. We'll get some rocks, too. Right, Master. Fortunately, Semiramis has already figured out where we can find more rocks. Right, Semiramis? Oh, very well. The hat! Come, I will show you the way. Let us hurry and get this over with. I guess Andromeda, and we go with this squad. Still slowly and steadily making my progress here, as far as mats goes. It looks like this is only the 3-star node. Ushi goes and is slow! Like, good lord, she takes so much bond in order to get bond points. But the commas 19k for Assassin, 37k for Avenger. So the commas will be Bond 11 here soon. Honestly, I'm predicting this comma may well see Bond 11 tomorrow. Excuse me. But with that aside, let's roll. Yeah, the Strange Fake was awesome this weekend, and I can't wait for more. Oh, I need more Strange Fake in my life. Oh, 6. Oh, 6 enemies. Game. You just are the gift that keeps on giving. This is actually pretty decent. Stars per turn. Target focus cuts. Sure. And that's a single target. Alright. True Casters was too OP for wide range illusion via manipulating the texture while the Einsburn. Okay, I wasn't gonna come out and say who the Einsburn homunculus was, but they made it pretty obvious if you've watched other Fate works. Like, it was pretty obvious who it was via other Fate works, but the one hilarious thing about that scene, the goddess possesses the Einsburn homunculus's body. First goal is not to go and destroy this workshop. They went shopping first. Like, that's hilarious. You see them walk into the workshop with shopping bags. It's like, Vanity, thy name is, I think, Phyla is the name of the homunculus that's being possessed. Or rather, that's been overwritten. Ooh, MT strength up. Nice. Exactly. They did a spot-on job. It is really impressive, and it's... Okay, it was Phyla. Philia, Phyla, it's close enough, you know? Philia is a name for... I guess that's one of the filial love, I guess, is a version of love, so maybe that's why her name is that. But either way, it's gonna be an interesting Grail war for Strange Fake. Certainly is an interesting Grail war. Hey, we got a mission. And I really do wonder how far they're gonna adapt, because there is so much, but they're running out of episodes. Yes, it is. Okay. Philia is the name for a classification. I'm pretty sure it's filial love, which is family love. But, the only sad thing is, hang on. I'll read this and then I'll say the sad thing. The river's flowing again! There is one sad thing regarding, how they've chosen to, again, adapt the names, you know, to English, rather than what the traditional, hang on. The plan worked. We did it. So once again, I won't get to see my beloved king. Once again, my love has failed. It's okay. There was nothing at all wrong with your love. I guarantee it. Then why did I fail to reach him? Because I failed to meet my deadline? Maybe? But I think it's more like... it just wasn't meant to happen for you at this time and place. I see, that's too bad. I miss him so much. But... I'm sure my love will reach him one day as long as I don't give up. I always believed that. This time you'll just be going on ahead of me, right? That's right, it's not about whose love is stronger or weaker. I'm just going first, that's all. Come to think of it, I never did take a turn, did I? This is a little embarrassing, but since you told me a little about the person you love, I don't think I'd be fair if I didn't return the favor. The person I want to see again is named Perseus. He came down from the sky and saved me from being eaten by a monster. There are lots of things I love about him, so many that I couldn't even count them. He's strong, kind, honest, straightforward, and kind of a crybaby even. He's a great hero who never gives up and who always succeeds. Everyone knows how wonderful he is. I see. I don't know how he compares to King Pygmalion, but it does sound like the object of your affection is a great man. It makes sense that you'd miss him. Well, that's part of it, sure, but that's not all there is to it. Sure, he was a great hero who had everything and could do anything, but that wasn't all there was to him. There were also sides to him that I think only I knew, and it's those sides I miss more than anything. That's why I'm here now. I see. Alright, now that I've seen that expression of yours, I'm willing to let this go. Because that is unmistakably the face of a woman in love. Now I know what theme and motif to use for my next piece. Huh? Oh, Andromeda. Surely she is in love. I don't know what she was talking about at the end, but I'm glad it sounded like she made her peace with this. More Choco! Looks like a cute miniature form of Galatea. Oh, it's brotherly love. I thought it was family. She must have carved out her own core at the last moment before she disappeared. Impressive. Hang on, maybe I could give Senpai a cute miniaturized version of him in chocolate form this year. Give me a cute miniaturized form of you, my Mashu. On second thought, never mind. I do think it would make for a very unique Valentine, but I don't think I have the technical skills to make it at the quality it deserves. Mash, you are such a patissier. You are amazing at it, so don't doubt yourself. But I'll have to remember this idea before I make my final decision, just in case. It's really impressive, but now I definitely can't eat it or throw it away. Guess I'll just hang on to it then. Anyway, we managed to win the second river battle too. Yay! Sure did. The river's flowing nicely again, so let's say we get the ship back on the way to its destination. All talk about love is giving me hives. What, you never talk about love yourself, Empress? Is there anyone you're interested in? No, there's not. Oh, yes, there is. Why are you all looking at each other like that? Be honest, there's someone isn't there. One more word and we'll have a war on our hands. Come on, Galatea and I talked about the people we love. It's not fair for you not to do the same. So come on, spill already. Hanging Gardens activate. Uh-oh. But you can hang on. Okay, Semi, we can relax. We will stop the teasing. But anyways, back with regards to Strange Fake, they sadly translated. I mean, I don't know. I watched the dub version so far. I've not watched the subbed, so I don't know how they pronounced it in the sub. But True Master of Berserker, rather than the translation as Haruri, they changed it to Halri. Which, there is a reason that people were going with the Haruri translation, Janice. Consider who Philia is, and think of the name of the person that that was the lead priestess at this goddess's temple. Say that priestess's name out loud, and then say Haruri out loud. And you can see why people prefer Haruri to Halri. Oh, I gotta clear another free quest? Dang it. Also, so it's a leaf next? A leaf. I don't know who could be a leaf. A leaf. I'm drawing a blank on who the leaf could be signifying. We're gonna run this squad because why the heck not? That and drop that. That's a little lame, but I can do it fine and easy. But you can see the parallels, that's good. So, I'm pretty sure that it's even referred to in the story later on. The correlation between the two names. So, oh yeah, it is brought up, like, slight spoiler, but it is brought up further along in the story. So, they might have messed up a little bit by going with Halri as the name. But then again, like, it seems Nasu's dipping his fingers into it everywhere, because If you watch the dubbed version, or at least the English dub, they had Francesca complain about wanting to see Altry. Like, nobody who's watched Fate will know who Altry is being referred to. Because in UB-dub, I'm pretty sure she is referred to as Artoria. So, like, Nasu needs to stop trying to force the issue. It is Artoria. You know, not Altria. Ugh. Just saying the names. Yeah. But, never gonna guess who the next servant is. The leaf is misleading. Okay, so, this event is all about people wanting to see lost loves. The leaf is misleading. Maybe it's not a leaf, maybe it's meant to be a fan? If it's a fan, then maybe... I don't think okay, so they're not going with previous Valentine servants, are they? I don't think Galatea was a Valentine servant. They were released last year. Lacusta? Maybe? That'd be weird. Lacusta's more mushrooms than fans. Could be a summer servant, I suppose, but... May those who fight be blessed. Okay, maybe that's a hint. May those who fight be blessed. Johanna? Is it Pope Johanna? Maybe? I could see it being Pope Johanna, but lovey-dovey... I mean, no, they probably wouldn't do lovey-dovey 2 years. Kukulakan? I mean, but she didn't... I can't keep guessing. I've got to just play it. Gotta just play it out. We'll find out when we find out, I suppose. It all started with something trivial. So trivial I barely remember any of the details. A mains... No, you said released. Saberdusa? It was... Oh, that... Actually, Saberdusa would be quite the... That'd be quite something. It was a day like any other in the kingdom of Ethiopia. My mother, the queen, was bragging about beauty, and she just had to involve the nymphs. My beauty, or maybe it was my daughter's beauty, is even fairer than Nereids. Bleh. This angered the Nereids, who had always been deeply jealous sea nymphs. Their anger then spread to Poseidon. And from there, the course was set. Everyone knew what became of people, of nations who angered the gods. Poseidon set a giant man-eating sea monster to terrorize the populace and the high tides that threatened to drown the entire kingdom. Saberdusa's in the right ballpark. I don't know then. My father, the king, feared the end as he held his head in his hands. My mother, the one who created this mess, turned deathly pale and didn't say another word. And of course, all the other Ethiopians were panicked out of their minds. Some cowered in fear, some tried to escape, some prayed to the gods despite knowing their pleas would fall on deaf ears. Some of them gave up and resigned themselves to their fate. Scenes like that played out all over the nation, now facing doom thanks to a single half-hearted boast. So faced with all that, I felt I had no choice but to do something. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Hi. It's so peaceful out here. Whoa there, missy. What are you doing draped over the side like that? For a moment I thought you were laundry that had been hung out to dry. Can you blame me? It's just so nice out. Yeah, she can take it easy, you know? Maybe. maybe. I'm not quite sure if I've got enough embers. Kind of depends. Who's the next one on the level up order docket right now? Zenobia's next, so I will have to take a look at my embers stock. True, you gotta take breaks so you don't burn out. So you don't care much for peace. Are you kidding? I love it. You can't enjoy anything unless it's peaceful. As long as I don't have any gods angry at me, or monsters trying to eat me, or creepy older guys trying to arrange marriages with me, I don't need anything else. Excuse me. For someone claiming she wishes to be a hero, you certainly say a lot of useless things, girl. Did I say something wrong? I don't think so. Many of the people we call heroes love peace as well. Don't be ridiculous. No hero can possibly be born from the lukewarm water of peace. You know, as bad as it is to say, she's got a point there. I mean, there's the old saying that hard times create, what is it? Peaceful times create weak men create hard times create strong men create peaceful times. It's something like that. Good men. It's somewhere along those lines, but I mean, just thinking through the catalog of every known heroic spirit, the only ones that aren't really formed from peaceful times are the more fictional based ones, like nursery rhyme, I guess the non-combatant ones as well, but even them, like Anderson had hard times, Shakespeare had hard times. A lot of heroes are formed from hard times, you know? It's kind of required to be a hero. And I mean, it kind of even goes back to it's the 8th anniversary memorial. So I think it was the one that just aired oh no. I'm pretty sure they aired it early for us because it was such a hit. I think it aired in like 2023 in JP for the memorial. The Flowers one, the fully cinematic one. I go back and watch that a lot. And I love reading the comments because it just goes to show that Fate is not afraid to show the folly of man and the endless will of mankind, you know? Fate is all about the heroes of the past helping to fight for the future because, as per the song goes, they know the horrors of the past and they fought to continue for the future, you know? And it's really just a great message that Fate can spread. Fate is truly an amazing piece of work, an amazing art form, whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, yes, I mean, again, I'm not saying my story on stream or on video or anything, just because I'm trying to keep the personas separated outside of people that request the links to it, but if you are paying close enough attention, there are some references to Fate in regards to, like, skills and stuff like that, but I doubt my story will ever be a fraction as amazing as Fate. But, you know, just being able to tell a story that really speaks to people is something amazing. And it kind of goes back to even, I'm pretty sure, Chloe's Valentines thing, where she tried to be an anonymous person and tried to give us a pep talk, essentially saying that there are people out there that don't have the right words to say to encourage you, but there are always people out there giving you support, the silent supporters, you know, and that goes for anything, not just creating a piece of fiction, but just like going through your life. You will always have people supporting you. They might not always say that they support you, but if they listen to you or if they're there, then they can offer support. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of fiction. You want to write stuff that you enjoy, and I'm enjoying my story. I truly am. And it's being pretty well received from what I'm seeing. Like, I've got 2 ratings on it. One of them is from a review swap, but then randomly today I got another rating, and I can't see what the rating is, but based on the law of averages, it's a 5-star rating, so that's pretty cool. And I'm almost at 1,000 views as well, so I'm doing okay, I think. I never thought about it like that before. Now I'm not sure what to think again. What is the most important thing you need to be a hero? Let's see. You need a noble phantasm, but you already got that. You need a pretty cool song. Yeah, you need a pretty killer background music, you know. That's pretty integral to being a hero, I think. Yeah. That's completely fair, man. Completely fair. It's a lot. Like, it is a lot to read. Whoa, now, don't look at me. I can't help you with that. I mean, you know, yeah, calling Columbus a hero would be definitely a stretch. Hey, J6, welcome to stream. Howdy things. Columbus is probably a hero to some. Like, again, it kind of goes back to the whole Flowers music video, which it shows people of every, or it shows heroes from every culture. One culture's hero is another culture's villain. Like, I mean, and just the passage of time can change things as well. Like, Marie Antoinette, she's probably considered a villain by some people. You know, I mean, it was... Alright, thanks for stopping by, J6. It was nice chatting. But, like, not this Olympics, but the Olympics held in France, they kind of parodied they parodied Marie Antoinette, and it was, like, meant to be an insulting parody, so, yeah. Yep, it is New Year's Eve, so I'm going to preemptively wish you it, even though you might be here tomorrow. Happy New Year's, J6. But yeah, like, time and culture can definitely reshape who is a hero. A hero today can be a villain tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. One man's hero is another man's villain. So, I mean, I can get it. Some people could see Columbus as a hero, and most people probably see him as a villain, you know? Not supposed to clean the house for 2 weeks after New Year. Note to self, bring that up to the family so that I have an excuse not to... No, I can't get away with that. I can't get away with that, unfortunately. But that's an interesting tradition. I can see the logic behind it. I'm no hero. I'm just a sailor who gets ships where they need to go. Yeah. Not even all of Chaldea's heroes could answer what you need to be a hero. Very well then, I do not know if this is the most important thing, but I do know it's absolutely crucial. A hero needs to be strong. Your husband certainly was he not? I mean, strength comes in many forms, you know? Strength can come in many forms. Cultural standards can change who... Exactly, I mean, it's memed on a lot, but Nero... Like, at the time, Nero was seen as a horrendous villain and everything like that, but through modern day interpretations, like, Fate aside, where they've turned Nero into a waifu, the modern interpretation is that, you know, it was probably all just propaganda by Nero's detractors that are why Nero was so vilified, or considered to be a villainous figure. So, I mean, time, culture, all that kind of stuff. Stab me in the back once, never gets your trust again. Fair enough, man. Stab me once, shame on me, stab me once, shame on you, stab me twice, shame on me, so you're not even going to give him a chance to stab you twice. Indeed, how can one hope to be a hero without the strength to defeat one's enemies? I guess you might be right, but I also think there's more to it than that. It also depends how you find strength in defeating enemies. Exactly, Mashu. Well, I mean, it's true that Perseus was super duper strong. He was the son of Zeus, and he was blessed by both Athena and Hermes. I remember the very first time I saw him, I thought, oh, so that's what moving faster than the eye can see looks like. That doesn't quite make sense. She is kind of a ditz, isn't she? Is this helping? I'm not just coming across like some lovesick housewife bragging about her hubby, am I? You're doing fine. I'd love to hear more about how Perseus fought. I knew it. You just clicked your tongue at me big time. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. No, wait, that wasn't me. See, Medusa was just passing by and went out of her way to make sure the mic picked her up. What do you think you're doing? Hey, get back here. Oh, Medusa. I mean, can't really fault her. Because, again, Perseus kind of decapitated her and then used her head as a weapon a lot. So, yeah, can't really fault her for that. I swear. I see. I only knew her head. I only knew her head. Oh, gosh, that is just... That increases the disturbing level quite a bit. That just makes it all the more disturbing. I only knew her head. Then again, Greek myth, so, I mean... Kratos did have Apollo's head on his pack. So, and Medusa's, you know, Kratos did have Medusa's head in God of War 2. Plus 2 is Yonki. Alrighty, J6, can do. Come on. Enter the thing for Kin Yongyu. But yes, Medusa is a bit of a scamp. Medusa a scamp? I never thought of her like that before. Anyway, I know you need to be strong enough to defeat your enemies. But in my case, I basically spent my whole life around a hero whose level was already maxed out. Interesting phrasing. There. The level of your hero was already maxed out. So I don't really have any idea what's normal for most heroes. I mean, you have to be strong in the first place for the gods to bless you, right? So exactly how strong do you have to be for that to happen? I mean, I know I could, but I'm trying to read as well. A scroll. Thank you for the telling of where. I guess for people from ancient Greece, having support from the gods is a pretty clear-cut way to tell who the heroes were. In her case, she definitely seems to be affiliated with Poseidon, but I think that's more of a curse than she managed to turn into a strength. Well, got another river collision incoming. Everyone brace for impact. Alright. So it's not Saberdusa, considering she just did the drive-by. Is it soccer? No, you said it was a servant, Janice. I don't know. You said it's a servant associated with the story that was released around spring of last year. Weapons. Weapons. Damn, I didn't know it was possible for a river to smell scorched. I thought I heard talk about defeating enemies coming from here. Is it time for battle? Is it? It is, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, that's out of left field. It's Kali. Yeah, that's quite the thing. And look, her ship appears to be custom made as well. That's the, Daikokuten's ship, is it not? Oh gosh, please don't stomp on the deck too hard. Yes, please don't. Even the Takarabune can only take so much. That's Daikokuten Takarabune. Takarabune, that means treasure ship, yeah? Must be a whole lot of coin on board to warrant a name like that. Kali is another Chaco servant, as you might have guessed. But the Daikokuten actually look to be regular Chaldean servants. They must have gone to that singularity on their own at some point, just like Columbus did. So why are you guys helping out help Kali out, Daikokuten? We're still Big Boss's loyal servants, of course. But when Boss Kali here gave us an order, we just couldn't bring ourselves to refuse. Hey, what's that supposed to mean, rodents? I would never force anyone to work against their will. I only ask for your help because you smell like Shiva and I like you. You rodents are so precious. Nuzzling and head patting the deck. Okay, this is a different side of her. I mean, I don't have her in my Chaldea, so I don't know how she would normally behave. So yeah, this is a different side to her. We're flattered, but also terrified. Please stop. Before we faint, we'll do anything you ask if you spare us. Oh, an Eastern god, and she looks really powerful, too. We're getting gods like her now, too. It would seem so. Durga is one of the Chaldea's heroic spirits. She's a war goddess who was born from the wrath of numerous Indian gods for the sole purpose of destroying evil. In Kali, there is another, even more powerful aspect of Durga's spirit origin. Of course, that Kali is only a chocolate servant, not the real Kali. So I don't know how helpful this information will be. Well, at least I know she's really incredible god. She really is an incredible god. She looks really tough. So you are my opponent. The one I wish to see again is, of course, Shiva. I was told I could do so if I made my way down this river. I guess that makes sense. So that's exactly what I will do, together with these adorable rodents. But if only one river can continue past this point, then that makes this a battle and you my enemy. Battles must be won, enemies must be defeated. That's who I am, that is my purpose as a god. Yes, that rules out a nice peaceful discussion. Can't say I'm surprised. So what's your river's traits then? Enemies, of course. For I subsist on the blood of my fallen foes. Please don't lick my cheek and audibly gulp when you say things like that. Okay, she's going a little bit on the cuckoo end. Good grief, so that goddess's river contains the blood and body parts of various monsters she's killed. Damn, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised seeing how her portfolio is war and slaughter. Alright, so that means the things we need to use to give our river advantage during this battle are enemy parts. I think the rampaging chocolate monsters we defeated up till now should count as enemies. Yeah, they should, and right now I bet the chocolate they drop will be even more effective fuel for the river than regular chocolate. So, like, we fought other non-chocolate monsters too, right? Does that mean we can use their wings, horns, and stuff for my river now as well? Indeed, in the end it seems our task remains much the same as before. No, arguably we will be competing on speed and numbers even more directly than before. That's true, I think there's going to be an especially large focus on battling this time. Well, I've still got to keep an eye on my boat, so I won't be much of help during fighting. Sorry about that. That's okay, we've got our job, and you've got yours, but, well, you can handle these enemies on our own just fine. Although I'm a little scared of what happens if that goddess tries to attack us directly. I mean, just look how many arms she has. You lot are not monsters, so I will not fight you directly. This will simply be a contest to see who can slaughter more enemies faster. Let us begin. Sounds bad when you use the word slaughter. But putting that aside, we'll be doing the same thing as before, Master. We need to defeat chocolate monsters and other hostile creatures and get as many battle drops from them as we can. Lots of fighting. Let's go. Excuse me. Alright, so silver currency this time. I've got all the silver currency I can muster. The temptation to roll is strong, but now with the knowledge that Ordeal Call 2 is coming out in like a month at this point, I've gotta lock in and conserve quartz for anybody that catches my eye on Ordeal Call 2's banner. Nice. Yeah, I'm still a fair bit behind, obviously. I'm probably gonna have to tap into apples, which will accelerate bond growth, but so the Ordeal Calls are the extra class scores. We've done Alter Ego. I can't remember the intro segment for the Ordeal Calls that kind of hinted at who all the Ordeal Calls would be, or rather what they would all be. But as far as the extra classes goes, there is. So we've done Alter Ego. Continuing the Alter Ego. Alter Ego is Foreigner and it's Alter Ego, Foreigner, and Pretender in that triangle. Then there is Avenger, Moon Cancer, Ruler. So that's 6 extra classes. Shielder as well, technically speaking, but Shielder and Beast, so technically 8 if you can count Shielder and Beast, but I'm guessing probably don't count those. You know, I could look at the map thing. But, so 6, and it's Ordeal Call 2. Pretender feels too closely aligned with Alter Ego. I kind of doubt we would get both. I would get back-to-back. Although, it could make thematic sense to get both of them back-to-back. I'm actually going to check the thing here, because I don't remember the class score for this. So this was, in total... This is Pretender, Beast, Foreigner, Alter Ego. So, I'm going to discount any of those. That or it could be amongst these. It could be amongst the ones that we have there. But this next Ordeal Call could be to unlock the next class score, though. That is something to consider. Hang on, I'll consider more in a minute. Okay, I think we killed a lot of them. How's that? College River still has more momentum than ours does. Oh man, I guess having so many arms really does give you an advantage. Now I get why 100-handed Hekranis were such tough opponents. Stop that. If you have time to whine, you have time to work. Even my feeble-bodied master is doing his best to focus on the battle at hand. Surely you can. Keep going. Chocolate. Oh boy, is he experiencing a fighter's high or something? If I were to paint this scene myself, I think I'd make his eyes into dollar signs. This kind of focus is not good at all. Master, I think you should take a little break and catch your breath. Here, have some water. Okay, I guess getting in there for one more search of this place, in his place. Yeah, so it has to be something on Extra 1, so... Knocking out Alter Ego... So we've already done Alter Ego, so we can knock out Foreigner, Pretender, and Beast from the considerations here. Oh, that's a... I gotta go for the +2. +2 is real good. So that leaves us with Ruler, Avenger, Moon Cancer, and... Shielder. I mean... Oh, that's good. The yellow caught my eye there. We're resting, so we cannot use those. That's clever. Also, an attack down. Probably not too big of a deal, I imagine. So, considering Ruler, Avenger, Moon Cancer, Shielder. Shielder... I mean, that would be a big match moment, I feel. Like, a Shielder one would definitely be focused around her and probably Galahad. And we would need more Shielder servants in order to actually do a Shielder Ordeal Call, so I'm not quite sure if Shielder would be next. So, yeah. Avenger, Ruler, or Moon Cancer. I mean, you never know. They could go into more on the Shielder class, what it's meant to be about. But anyways, so between Avenger, Ruler, Moon Cancer, Avenger, Moon Cancer, Ruler, whatever. I think, honestly, I feel like Moon Cancer might be in a similar state as Shielder. Like, don't get me wrong, Moon Cancer is a pretty interesting idea, but it's a class BB made up. Yes, BB has had some influences in the main story segments, but that would very much imply that it's gonna... The Moon Cancer chapter, or Moon Cancer Ordeal Call would have to be focused on BB exclusively. So, I kind of feel like I don't think we're gonna get a BB focused main story, so I think I'm gonna rule out Moon Cancer as well, which brings it down to either Avenger or Ruler for the next Ordeal Call. How's the river looking now, Da Vinci? Still as deadlocked as before. You guys are all worn out. If we take a break now, we'll never be able to catch up to her. We'll just have to do our best to hold our ground. I agree, Kali may be strong, but we still outnumber her. Especially with the Daikokutin preoccupied with taking care of their ship. So if we all keep working and fighting together, there's still a chance we can gain an advantage. But we can call in someone for help. Is someone there? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Excuse me. Anybody with a +2 that is possibly useful? Scotty. Sure. Oh. Making me manual selection. Frozen. Cass. I can't kick whoever that is out, so... comma. Alright. And then, this is still a 4-star currency, so that one will do. And that. Alright. Let's go. So yeah, it's either going to be an Avenger or a Ruler ordeal call, just based on process of elimination. So, Avenger or... Oh. Kali, this is our battle. Enemy, it's an enemy. Let's see what she does. I mean, I guess this is a good chance to do a servant spotlight for her, because I've never used her before. Choco Kali. So, Kali is Kali, aka Durga, is an AoE Arts NP. Special attack against enemies with heaven attributes for yourself to help deal special attack damage to demonic enemies with overcharge and decreased defense for all allies. Her first skill is Mahamaya EX, which increases MP gauge for herself, MP charge for 1 level when using an MP for all allies. Second skill is Unassailable 1. Invincibility for 3 times 3 turns, quick arts, and buffs your effectiveness for 3 turns for yourself. We'll go ahead and use that right now. Third skill is Third Eye EX. NP strength for all turns. Change all command cards to arts for all command... That's actually really interesting. Huh. I'll do it, but I'm gonna take it cautiously. Yeah, I want to see this. Kind of gotten distracted from what I was saying before. And Shiva's Shakti, and the fury born from anger. I'm the goddess of destruction. Shall dance at the top of bloody flesh of all demons who cross my path. That is a pretty sick NP, not gonna lie. Oh, and she just full charges. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna use Kama here, because, you know, it's kind of ironic that I have the two in the squad, but regardless. Anyways, regarding the ordeal call, so it's either gonna be Avenger or Ruler. The first ordeal call was all about understanding, or coming to understand what alter egos were all about, even though I vastly disagree with the premise that was, with the conclusion that was reached. I do not agree with the final conclusion of the alter ego, but that's a whole rant in and of itself. I could see Ruler being the primary. Like, Ruler definitely has more of a argument for it than Avenger, because, like, through all of Fate work, like all Fate works have kind of said that the ruler is supposed to be the impartial overseers of Holy Grail wars. And we're not really using our rulers as impartial overseers for Holy Grail wars, right? Or rather, maybe I could see that being the ruler ordeal call. If we have to come to understand rulers more, we had a Holy Grail war in the Alter Ego one, but we participated. What if in the ruler Holy Grail war, like it's a Holy Grail war and we have to be the role of a ruler in that Grail war, so we cannot actively like favor one side or another. That could be really interesting. Like we have to learn to be an impartial judge. Like, okay, that was a lot of chocolate-covered marshmallows. We have to learn to be an impartial judge to not, like, interfere in the Grail War too heavily. Like, it could test the morals, because there could be instances where where a master is innocent, but they have a maddened servant, and we have to not sort of try and step in, interfere, and help the master. We just have to let nature take its course and let the master be killed. And what could make it really interesting, and again, this is just a crackpot theory, what if they masters for this Holy Grail War, and it would, I mean, obviously it would be more than just standard, because it would have to be 14 enemy servants or whatever. What if some of the masters were the various companion characters from the Lost Belts? So we'd have the likes of Gerda, Patsy, Asha, Adele, all of them. That could be really interesting for the ruler one, if we have to learn to be an impartial ruler by the end. Yeah. I mean, it could... The thing is it could also go away from that, because again, alter ego thing was not really, didn't have many alter egos in it. I mean, everyone was an alter ego, but we didn't see any alter ego servants. Back to the story of the Valentines. I've slaughtered my enemies, I have drank their blood. Victory is mine, it makes me want to dance about in joy. I'm glad you're in such high spirits, Boss Kali. But I'm afraid you were a little too focused on killing and not enough on adding to your river. I guess you could say you won the battle and lost the war? Right. Well, I appreciate it. She really helped us out in that last battle. I'm quite sure she didn't mean to. She was just focused on killing enemies to the exclusion of anything else. I feel great. Not surprised her magical energy's running out after all the time she used her noble phantasm. But at least she seems genuinely happy. I don't know how I feel about this. I was a little more fired up than usual at first, since this river looked pretty dangerous and bloody. But now I feel like all the wind's been taken out of my sails. Figuratively. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really glad we won, but still. You're wrong, girl, that smells like the sea. My river is the right one, I can tell from its smell. Huh? But then I suppose it's too sweet for that. Yes, too sweet by far. Well, no matter. You've defeated me, which makes you a warrior. Be proud. Huh? But I'm not really the warrior type. I'm more on the weak side than anything, and I don't have any amazing weapons or cool techniques. I don't mean now, I'm talking about the color of your soul. You are undoubtedly a fighter. You have fought, haven't you? Being weak is no excuse not to fight when fighting is called for. If you know that, then you too are a warrior. Oh. In that sense, yeah, maybe I am then. I fought even though I was weak, or at least I tried to. But then remember how you tried to fight and be proud. That's all you need to do. Now, as the goddess of slaughter, I shall commend your victory by endowing you with my blessing and protection. I don't know how gyahahaha laugh is supposed to really sound. Like, you don't really hear people go gyahahaha unless they're a One Piece character, in which case they've got a ton of different kinds of laughs. Oh, please don't worry about us. We just absorbed a little of her dance's aftermath and see ourselves home. She glow. So this is a divine blessing and protection, huh? Now that I've actually got them, it feels awkward. Not to mention, I don't know what they actually do. So I think I'll just consider them something of a good luck charm and not rely on them too much. I didn't really get the other thing she said, but for now, hey, she dropped a chocolate too. I'll hold on to it too, just in case. Please accept these rice balls too. You'll need your strength for a long voyage after all. Oh, they look yummy. Thanks. Farewell. Bye, Daikokuten. Going by that logic theory, the Avenger one could be about how we're not vindicated, acknowledged about all our achievements never coming to light, so the Avenger is about being angry against the people who don't want the stories about singularities or lost spots to be out there. That, honestly, I could see something like that. And if we go by the theme of the servants that are introduced in the ordeal call not being related to the class in the slightest bit, I could see Oberon guiding us through that kind of ordeal call, because, I mean, that's what he was so fucking angry about. He was angry that Chaldea would just erase these lost belts and forget about them. But, you know, we kind of said that we would remember them. So I could so see Oberon being like the overseeing guiding force through an Avenger ordeal call where we, you know, where we fight to get acknowledged, to get our vengeance on all of our accomplishments being taken from us, being not attributed to us. Although, honestly, it could go another way. I could see the Avenger one honestly being like the last one as well, because we have very justifiable reason to be angry at the alien god for wiping out Earth after we saved the planet. So I could so see the Avenger one being like the last one leading into the confrontation against the alien god as we, I guess, embrace the vengeance or something? Like, I mean, I guess it's about further understanding. And we've gone on about revenge before, like in various other contexts. Like, revenge can be nice, but it can also be hollow, but still revenge is good to get, and all that kind of stuff, so it would definitely be a complicated one. I don't think it would have the kind of moral intensity that the possible ruler one would, with the whole, you know, being forced to sit back and watch the Holy Grail War come out. And actually, thinking about it, maybe, I cannot remember his name, but it was the ruler dude from the Samurai Remnant collab. Like, a random ruler being dropped in, you know? Yes, Gilgamesh was a ruler in that, but they dropped in a completely random servant as a ruler. Yes, King Ahsoka. So, that, I mean, I think that just lends credence that we're getting ruler next, you know? Because he's a ruler class servant. He was being very mysterious about his whole purpose there. So I definitely think that he's going to have a part to play in the ruler ordeal call. And the ruler ordeal call will be like, maybe he's guiding, maybe he's the guiding force, keeping us from, you know, acting out in a theoretical Holy Grail War scenario. Again, this is all just a theory. Another one of my supposedly crackpot theories, but I don't know. I think it's pretty solid. I like that theory a lot. It is my theory, but, you know, and as we said, we like coming up with things that we enjoy, so... Oh, there's definitely been some complications, but it looks like you can get the ship moving again. Hang on a second. I see. Yeah, well, sure, why not? So, just like with Rama, looks like the real Kali, or rather, Durga in this case, would like to say something. Stare. Just the stare. Do not misunderstand me, communicator. How so? My normal goddess self, that is my usual self, is not constantly thinking about seeing Shiva again. Well, strictly speaking, I suppose I am, but I would never let it interfere with my divine duties. That version of me you just encountered was a unique form of one of my ascensions. And on top of that, she had only acquired her form by merging with chocolate. Perhaps there was something in play that made it more likely for her to break apart from me like that, but this goddess knows nothing about it. What I'm trying to say is, don't worry. As my normal self, I would never cause a disturbance just because I wish to see Shiva again. Does she really mean that? He was a warlord to roots, my theory might not be too... Okay. Again, no spoilers. No spoilers. I shoot from the hip a lot. I'm pretty sure I've landed 1 or 2 shots here and there with my theories. But most of my theories have not had any chance to be proven true or false yet either, so... Don't worry, is that clear? Yes, ma'am. Good. Durga, since you're here, can I ask you a question? Do you know what Kali was talking about? Specifically, what she said about her river being the right one? I do not. Even I cannot tell much about the river from here. But I will say that if Kali said that, then it must be true. Trying your best to not spoil you, that I at least know. Okay, you know, so no spoilers is good. Not having spoilers is good, because I want to see if I am right or not. I will be so elated if I am right. Like, the odds are probably not that great, but I will be so fucking hyped if I called it. Kali is the goddess of death and slaughter that resides within me, and she is far more instinctual and impulsive. So while I can't say for sure, it may be that she sensed something that I can't from here. I see. Understood. Thank you. Also, I'm pretty sure I said it back when she was first introduced. I know that Kali and Durga are supposed to be Sakura faces. It's really hard to see, though. Like, Kali, it's a little bit easier, but Durga, especially that Ascension, it's really hard to make out the Sakura in her. I'm still kind of astounded a real goddess showed up here, even if it was through a human vessel. But for now, I'm even gladder I was able to beat her. You sure did. Well done. Alright then, let's get back to chucking in chocolate and boulders and keep making headway down this river. And see, Columbus has been turned out to be a cool guy on this event. Like, sheesh. Did it really smell that much? I'm actually gonna bring their visages up here, since I gotta run another free quest! Woo! Castoria, and I'm just gonna go with this one, even though, yeah. How close are you, Ushi? You're still so far away. Meanwhile, the Kamas... Like, I can definitely see Sakura's face in Kama. Like, looking at her, the younger Kama, it's hard unless you've watched Fate Zero. But, like, especially this form of Kama, you can definitely see it. Like, the hairstyle's similar. And the facial expressions, as I said during the Heaven's Feel route, wherein sort of she got that cocky look when she allowed the shadow to embrace her. That is such a Kama-esque expression, so I can see that there. But, like, in this one, it's maybe a little bit more difficult, but in her teenage form, I can definitely see Sakura more than I can not. But we're gonna run this, and Kali and Durga is drawn by another artist. That would be a good reasoning. That would be a good reason why it's hard to see. Art style is a big thing after all. But I honestly need to... I'm gonna bring up Durga's sprites here, just so I can get a better look. Because again, I only really saw her in the summoning banner thing, which I don't think I even rolled on her banner, as well as her battle sprites, which, you know, was more taken in by Kama's grand sacrifice. Alright. Durga's loaded up here. It's slow loading. Very, very slow load. Yeah, First Ascension Durga, it's really hard to see the Sakura in her. Like, really hard. Second Ascension, it's maybe a little easier, but it's still... I think Kali is the closest, like, to a Sakura face for the Kali and Durga that there is. I don't know what it is about the... I mean, I guess it must just be the pale hair that Sakura is known for in Heaven's Feel. It must be the pale hair. Yeah, I mean, I can see Sakura in Kama more than in Kali and Durga. I feel like I was on a tangent before, and now I've lost said tangent. Oh well. If I lost the tangent, that means it wasn't that big of a tangent in the first place, right? Alright, I should actually see what the river shape is, so I can maybe get an idea of what to expect. Ah. Is it supposed to be a heart? What it means to be beside you is the name. During this convention, our booth was visited by a person from Dojo, a magazine company that holds a manga competition, and the winners get their manga featured in Japan, or aims to be promote manga from various people internationally and to bring to Japan. Nice! Congrats, man! Congratulations. So your manga is going to end up in a Japanese manga issue. Very nice. Are you supposed to draw something specific, or do you have time to come up with an idea? Or are they wanting to bring in some of the work you've already done? We're going to start this. I have no clue, just based off the shape of that, who this could be about. Man, gods are really are amazing. She saw right through me. That's ominous. Though I'm still not sure I deserve to be called a warrior. So then, what should I be called? What else? A hero. Yeah, that's what I still thought back then. I believed I could be a hero. I believed I had to be one. Nobody was going to save us. If someone didn't step up, our whole nation would be destroyed. And everyone I knew would die. So, while my parents were wringing their hands and wailing to the gods, I stepped up. And I said something. Honestly, I was pretty scared, and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing or not. But what I did know was that it looked like that was our only option. Father, Mother, I have a favor to ask. Will you sacrifice me to Cetus and say that an oracle said you had to? Ooh. That's right. I chose to sacrifice myself. Plot twist. Okay. A very selfless move. That's definitely the kind of heroic deed that would get you sniped by Emiya, though. So that really does mean you're a hero. Oh man, how are these rice balls so yummy? Mainly Scanning people have made original manga stories, so I was one of the people they sought out, but they did give their name card to 2 of your friends too. Nice! I didn't know you made an original manga. I mean, I knew you were writing an original story, because you've said a little bit about the power system, but I did not know you had an original manga before. You'll have to send me a link to it so I can check it out. Even if it isn't in English, so I wouldn't be able to understand. I can at least look at the pictures. I know what you mean. The Daikokuten's rice balls have been one of the most popular foods in the cafeteria ever since they joined us. Oh, here. Andromeda, have some tea. You too, of course, Master. Thanks, Mash. The slight bitterness of this tea pairs perfectly with the sweetness in the rice. I love it. Stop that, my lovely doves. Settle down and wait your turn. There's more than enough rice here for all of you. Now that the river's current and stable again, why don't you take a break and replenish your energy too, Columbus?
Nah, I'm okay. I haven't fought at all, so I'm not so tired that I gotta recharge. I'm just gonna keep my eye on the ship. There's no telling what we might run into next, after all. So you just worry about keeping yourselves ready to go.
I see. Well, let me give you one of these anyway. One of the best parts about rice balls is that you can eat them with one hand while working on something else.
Well, in that case, I see no reason to refuse. Thanks for the grub. That's good.
We also had some hard-boiled eggs in our supply kit. Would you like one to go with a rice ball?
Thanks, don't mind if I do.
Oh, here's the egg thing. Is he going to react to the egg? Is he going to turn into a giant egg? Alright, Da Vinci, just take it easy. It's not like Columbus is Columbus just because he stands eggs on their ends. It's fine if he just eats one normally. Still, that being said... Why are you so normal this time? Hey, Columbus is on his redemption arc. If Brobeard can have a redemption arc, then maybe Columbus can as well. Who here agrees? Columbus can have a redemption arc in FGO. You know? I think Columbus can have a redemption arc in FGO. Be honest, you're totally plotting something, aren't you? I know exactly where you're coming from, but I don't! I think he's good! Is that true?
Hey now, that's no fair. I've just been doing my job as best I can, haven't I?
I just thought he was a responsible older guy who didn't like to talk too much. Well, we have had a number of incidents with him before. A very large number. I mean, yes, but still, he can be redeemed. That is truly a face of nightmares. I'm sorry, but... Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, where's my money? That was a dream, so... Hey, Zahak, welcome to the stream. Hobby things. That was Doman. The egg. That time he just happened to be shaped like that. Doing okay but tired? Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I am honestly tired, kind of a little bit tired too, mainly because I am almost degreed. I did my final assignment, and at this point, after tomorrow, my classes are done, and I should theoretically have my associate's degree. Which then means it's job searching time. So, yay. Thanks, man. Thanks. But yeah, it'll be time to search for a job. You're hyped for March 3rd. What is March 3rd, out of curiosity? Zahak, what is March the 3rd? Now that I think about it... Oh my gosh. Hang on. So, wait. Columbus actually hasn't been a bad guy in Chaldea. See? Columbus can have a redemption arc in Chaldea, everybody. Even the game is acknowledging that he's not been that bad. He had one slip-up. You know, how many enemies have we turned to friends in FGO? I think, yeah, he hasn't been scheming as much and everything. Legacy of Kain, Defiance Remaster, you can even play the demo of the cancelled sequel. Was that... I feel like I remember seeing that announced in the, State of Play for PlayStation, was it not? Something Legacy of Kain? It sounds familiar. Okay. I don't know if I know much about it. I will have to look into it, though. So, I'll look into Legacy of Kain when stream is done, just because, I mean, I don't have as much free time as I normally would like, although my free time is going to increase with, excuse me, with school being done, but possibly decrease depending on what kind of job I get. I'm really hoping for remote work, but I know that's not very likely. And even then, though, it might take me a while to get a job, and who knows? maybe in the time that... Maybe before I find a job, I'll... You know, my story will launch into the stratosphere or something. I don't know. Did you pick it up since the stories are good? I might... Yeah, I'll take a look. I will definitely take a look. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 happens in March 19th. Damn. JoJo's. I still have to watch JoJo's. I still need to watch it. But, gosh, what is coming in March that I'm hyped for? I mean, Ordeal Call 2? But beyond that, I don't really think there's much I know of that's going on in March. Other than spring. Yeah, you know what? I'm hyped for the fact that it's going to start getting warm again. Screw the cold. It's actually started warming up where I am, and my hands are no longer drier than the Sahara Desert. I mean, the in-betweens of my fingers are still pretty chalky, but it is what it is. Right, I knew you'd understand, Master. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm on your side here. I mean it when I say I want to get rid of this river and do something about this singularity. So please don't suspect me when I haven't given you any reason to. I guess you're right. I'm sorry. I wasn't seriously suspecting you, but I just couldn't ignore the part of me that was any longer. I agree you seem more relaxed than usual, partially thanks to your new outfit. But it may also have to do with this latest mission taking place on your boat. Exactly. Steering a ship's my one job here. Of course I'm going to take it seriously. I mean, I think I mentioned this before, but on a ship there's no point worrying about whether something's real or not. Because it doesn't affect your destination. No point if something's real or not, huh? Is that a hint? I feel like that's a hint. Yeah, screw the cold weather. I'm so glad it's almost cleared up. Oh, here comes another river. Those rice balls really hit the spot. There's no way I'm gonna lose this next battle. Again, I have no idea who this could be. It looked like a heart or something. Yeah, I don't know. Dragons. Wait. I need to look... I can't look at that... I doubt I'll be able to look at that image again, but... I think... Dragons... That wasn't a heart. Okay. Shooting from the hip here. Creamhild? Because that's a fig... That was a fig leaf, was it not? That was a leaf. And Siegfried specifically was bathed in dragon's blood, and this river is bloody, except for where a single fig leaf was on his back, and that is his weak spot. And Creamhild is a tsundere, so, you know... I get the feeling this river's gonna get a little violent again. Yes, I was right! I can shoot from the hip and land my shots sometimes. But, out of curiosity, Zahak, have you been watching Fate Strange Fake? If so, what are your thoughts on how everything's been going with it? It's Creamhild. I mean, chocolate Creamhild. I'm not gonna lie, that's a yummy sounding name. That said... What's that behind her? Wow, even with your laughing, you're still putting out the gloomiest aura I've ever seen. Did something bad happen to you or something? You've not watched it yet? Honestly, it is peak. Like, Strange Fake has been so freaking good. I mean, again, it was so hyped that they released Richard early to the masses. So, the clairvoyance has been broken. Who knows what the future holds for FGONA? Maybe we will forge a new path, and everybody's predictions, everybody's knowledge of the future will be for naught. Something bad? Oh yes, absolutely. No, it's not anything specific as much as it is my very existence. I'm practically made of bad happenings. My entire being is made up of dark, pitch-black elements so dreadful that everyone fears and despises me. Creamhild, where's Sumanai? Sumanai, you need to talk to your wife and get her to stop being depresso. She's going emo rather than goth. I still don't know what it is I'm doing here, but my gloominess is inescapable, so don't worry about that. You don't know what it is you're doing here? Well, aren't you going down this chocolate river because there's someone you want to see? Never watched Futurama, honestly. Like, it came out it originally started airing when I was a kid, and at this point there's just too much of it to catch up on that I really don't feel motivated. Plus, I'm not really one for comedy shows. Yes, there is indeed. The man I despise more than anything, Hagen. Even though I can see his loathsome face, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him if it's the last thing I do. He's the only person I want to see again in all of existence. Yes. She acknowledges it. Yes, she acknowledges it. Yes, do it, Creamhild. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Is Hagen the one that killed Siegfried? Hang on, I gotta look it up. Hagen, Germanic mythology. Is Hagen, yep, he is the antagonist who murders Siegfried. Makes sense. It makes sense. So, this is Kriemhild's Dere side at its fullest. Actually, this is her Jan side. So, go, Kriemhild, go. Revenge for Sumanai. And I love how red Andromeda turned there. That was fun. Oh, Semiramis. Even Semiramis is embarrassed. Poor Kriemhild. The real Kriemhild is going to be... Please tell me we get some interaction from the normal Kriemhild. Please. What are those banners behind your back? My back? What about my back? If you think I have even the slightest desire to see a certain Dragon Slayer whose back is his weak point, you couldn't be more wrong. She jumped on the step to stink. Close up, stink eye. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but is that guy on those placards this Hagen person? Is this one of those love-hate things? I guess that counts for the server's purposes. Placards? What are you talking about? Time. I guess as those things behind her back are a part of her Choco servant body. She's probably not even aware of them. I see, so they sort of popped up regardless of what she claims. Even those banners or placards or whatever you call them are chocolate, huh? Guess it's like your own hair then. You don't really know what it looks like unless you pay close attention to it. Since the Choco servants are being made from the desire to see someone independently bonding with chocolate, then the form they unconsciously take probably reflects their true feelings. So yeah, Kriemhild, as much as she's a Soon about it, she still loves Sumanai. And she wants the revenge. I'm getting confused. Can someone give me the TLDR version? Good grief. Very well then, listen up, girl. First of all, you need to know about Kriemhild there is a berserker. And exposition dump. I see. So basically she's really bad at expressing her true feelings. Are you done with your huddle up yet? I'm getting tired of waiting. Alright, thanks for waiting for us so politely while I caught up on the situation. Well, I'm still a queen after all. While I do excel at trickery and deception as a celebrity, I of course maintain a certain level of composure as well. Hold on, you have the same scent about you as I do. I don't know what celebrity part, but I am royalty too. I am Andromeda, Princess of Ethiopia. No, it's not the scent of royalty. I knew it. You have the scent of a woman who suffered untold headaches at the hands of a heroic man. Let me guess, you're married to a hero, aren't you? Oh yeah, I am, but I never had any headaches because of him. But you do have something you wish to say to him, don't you? And yes, I may know this question has nothing to do with who may or may not be waiting at the end of this river. Oh, yeah, I guess I might. Composure went out the window the moment she had those banners behind her back. Yeah. Again, I love that Sumanai's wife came. Like, I love that he got his waifu, but at the same time, like... Hang on. But I promise you, I was very happy spending my life with him. I really was. So it's not like I want to take him to the task for problems we had. I just want to add even more to the happiness we shared. I guess it's more like a late present. Yeah, in this case, that present would be the Valentine's Day chocolate I never got a chance to give him before. I think that's the reason why I want to try and make my way down this river. Okay, so, like, I'm glad that Sumanai got his waifu, but damn, it's a time... like this that I wish I was him. Like, having, essentially, a tsundere goth waifu who is head over heels for you would be peak. You know? And Kriemhild is damn. Sumanai is one lucky bastard. I see, so you were happy. You can say that unabashedly without a hint of shame. It seems you and I are very different kinds of brides. I challenge you to a duel. Oh no. A duel. Okay, So, Kriemhild does not have a Blue Eyes deck. What kind of deck does Kriemhild have? Ooh, that's tough, that's tough. And as far as, Andromeda. Ooh. So, Andromeda might have a rock-based deck, but I don't really know enough about the rock... I know there's some rock-based decks, but I don't know what they are. I'm looking it up. Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki. Unless, Zahak, quickly, what kind of, decks do you think Kriemhild and Andromeda would have for Yu-Gi-Oh? Speaking to significant other, managed to give a chocolate and plastic rose to your crush during Valentines after convention. Nice, man! Congrats on that. You go get them. You go get them. I need to take a... that reminds me, I need to take a selfie so I can put it... so I can open up a Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge accounts sometime soon. Alright, so the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki. I challenge you to a duel. But why? You ticked me off. Well, it doesn't get more straightforward than that. Whoa there. I know we've got a fight now that our respective rivers are clashing. But there's no point fighting a one-on-one duel. Right now, you ladies and your rivers are one and the same. You need to overwhelm your opponent's river to win, or they'll just keep coming back to life. And what kind of duel is that? Yeah, that's essentially the only way I really have to find anybody. Like, I'm not one to go out to bars or anything like that, so it's probably the best way, because I'm not working right now, so I can't meet somebody through work, and even then, like, dating through the working pool is kind of frowned upon, so, you know. Alright, give me some rock archetypes. Let's see. Ooh, you know what? Gorgonic archetype. That could be ironic. So I think Andromeda can use the Gorgonic archetype, which is because, you know, Gorgons, she married Perseus. So I think, you know, so Andromeda has the Gorgonic archetype of confirmed. Kriemhild. The Dragon Maids. I think Dragon Maids is a thing. Dragon Maid, because I mean, you know, she's got the whole gothic Lolita dress thing going on there. She likes dragons, so, you know, Dragon Maids maybe. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say Dragon Maids for Kriemhild. So Dragon Maids versus Gorgonics. This is gonna be a weird duel because I have no idea how either of them play. You win, I'll let you have all the various dragon materials I've secured ahead of time. As you can see, my river's trait is dragon. So if you can't beat me and dump all my dragon trophies into your river will easily beat mine, and then our duel can stand in for a river battle without issue. I guess that's true, but... So we need to entrust our fate to the girl. That doesn't fill me with confidence. It may be faster to simply hunt nearby dragons. Or, you know, I could just throw a bunch of stuff in there. Like, I'm a dragon, so it should work. I don't know if Kriemhild has that many dragon materials. There's a good chance she already finished off most of the dragons around here. You're serious about this, aren't you? Of course I am. You and I may be different, but we are also similar. I don't know how I know that, but I do. You and I both began our stories as brides of heroes. We may not be able to change that about ourselves, but we are still trying to become something more. I embrace my natural gloom for the sake of my revenge. What is it you're trying to become, and why? If you truly were happy as you say, then why do you want anything more? I want to become more for his sake. I knew it. You're so bright it makes me sick. Just looking at you ticks me off and gives me a headache. So I'm gonna crush you head on for the sake of my pride. I'm sorry, everyone. I know I'm not the most dependable fighter, but I don't blame any of you for being nervous about my chances. But I promise, I'll find a way to win. Trust me, okay? You got it. I believe in you, Andromeda. Excuse me. I want to talk with her more. I also feel like she and I have a lot in common. We both spent our lives next to amazing heroes. We both knew them better than anyone else. So I want to ask her what it was like. How she felt about it. I doubt you'll get a straightforward answer. As a queen gone berserk, she only says what she wants to say. I know, so I'm going to interact with her in another way. I'm going to face her head on with everything I've got. I think I'll learn something about her that way, even if it is only through fighting. Good. Understood. Good luck, Andromeda. Thanks. Here goes nothing. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, Andromeda Solo. Solo. I like how it gave us the option to manual select. I guess if you have your own Andromeda, but... yeah. Alright, Andromeda, let's see how you do alone. Part of the yawn. Oh, she's got guts. Good gracious, she's getting stuff for a turn. Oh, she's got guts too, though, so... mighty chain here. Keep that buster for the end. I'm not even gonna get to use the NP. Well, alright, the guts. I forgot about guts. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's get a boost here. And then... surf's up, dudes. I still love that the giant whale is mecha. They're really leaning into the whole Greek mythos are all mecha, which is great. Really is great. Still mad you didn't get Andromeda after 300. Oh well. I mean, you know, you could possibly keep pushing, but it's had its own risk. You don't want to have to hit pity like I did. I suppose you could say that. Don't want to have to hit pity like I did with Uesugi. You know what I mean. He's simply terrible with words, and not just because he uses so few of them. I totally get it. Of course, whether he speaks up or not, he's so dense he never seems to know what's going on anyway. How does someone even reach adulthood like that, let alone become a hero? I know, sometimes you're racking your brains trying to figure out what he's talking about. It all turns out to be something stupidly simple. Exactly. Just thinking about it is pissing me off all over again. But I still want to see him again. Yeah, I do too. I mean, don't be ridiculous. I only want to see Hagen so I can take my revenge. If I never see my husband's face again, it'll be too soon. I can't help but wonder something. That Choco servant there is made up of feelings from Kriemhild, who's already at Chaldea, right? And I'm pretty sure that Kriemhild sees Siegfried on a fairly regular basis now. They've even gone on missions together, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking as though I've already seen her true colors, you're wondering why she's choosing to go down this chocolate river now of all times, yeah? Especially since she can now see him at Chaldea basically whenever she wants. None of that matters here. That Choco servant's base, basically the embodiment of her longing. If anything, it goes to show how long she must have gone without being able to see him. Oh, my Balmung just slipped out of my grasp. Look out, Columbus! Hey, watch it, you just grazed my beard. I said it slipped out of my grasp. Now shut up before I turn you into a diced turnip. Fair enough, Ordeal Call is next month. I'm warning you, if you keep talking about things I don't want to hear, I'll be so distracted that my hands are likely going to slip again with fatal consequences. Got that? Well, basically, I'd guess that even though she sees him all the time now, she's still consumed by the desire to see him again. Right, I think I understand what you mean. At any rate, there are some things I get about him, but some things that are still complete mystery. That's why for so long, I know some things you just don't get. It was the same with me. But that's also why I want to understand him, even if it's just a little more. Is it over? It would seem so, though whether the outcome is favorable for us is another question. They just shake hands firmly. Nice. It's not enough. There's still so much I'd like to talk about, but it seems this will have to do for now. Yeah. You and I may be very different kinds of brides, but now I now know we have a sort of camaraderie in arms. Next time you'll have to tell me all about the big complaints you have with your husband. Big complaints, huh? I guess I could come up with some if I think hard enough. See? Of course you can. Every bride of a hero has her own hardships to bear. So we'll have to continue this another time. Well, yeah, we will. But let me warn you about one thing. I'm sure you'll find it helpful. Stop sacrificing yourself. Don't give up on what you want just to make him happy. Heroes are so dense they'll never get it unless you spell it out for them. Truth. Yeah. I know what you mean, though I think it's probably in a different sense than you do. I see. Well, as long as you know. There, I threw all the Queenie's dragon parts into the river. Here it comes. Okay, so based on law of compounding things, the next node should be the last one? Should be the 500,000.
Alright, oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead and see the first one I see. Party on.
And make sure you hit him with everything you want to say. You even have my permission to do so physically if you want. I don't think my statements will be quite as forceful as yours, but I'll do my best to make you proud. And once I see the man I love again, I'll be happy enough for both of us. Oh, really? Wait, for the record, as I've been saying, I have zero desire to see him again. Oh, Cream Hill, you soon. Excuse me. You don't get many nice, straightforward tsundere like her these days. It definitely suits her, though. Exactly. But another one, I'm gonna be pushing it, then, to get this thing done today. You did it, Andromeda. Congratulations on your victory. I'm kind of tuckered out now. Hope you don't mind if I take a break. I'm amazed a princess of royal birth could fall asleep so openly on a ship's deck in this manner. Just goes to show how tired she is. Good grief. We don't use much of our boulder stockpile in this river battle, so we can make some good progress with what we've got even while she sleeps. And speaking as a sailor, my naval instincts tell me we're getting close to the end. Another day or two ought to do it. Let's keep this momentum going. Come on, come on. Load a little faster. Alright, we gotta do a free quest again. I will say this is a bit of an annoying thing that we have to constantly be doing free quests here, but it is what it is. Really hoping I can finish this tonight. Because, I mean, I guess the next section is by far the funniest one. Okay, good to know. But I guess, theoretically speaking, with not having to worry about going to class on Wednesday or Thursday, I could bump things up to 4 streams a week. I could. But the question is, should I? Like, there is the logic that I could run a sponsored stream as well. Like, while I'm waiting to see if I can get a job or anything, I could do a sponsored stream. I think I've even gotten an interesting sponsorship recently. A sponsorship offer. But, again, that's kind of like... Yeah, I currently have 6 offers for sponsored streams waiting. One of them, I don't know. One of them is literally just called free cash. So, I don't really know if, I mean, it's got decent payout. So I did look into this. I'm allowed to talk a little bit about, the various sponsorship offers that there is. One of them is for Free Cash, which is an app that you can use to download other apps and games in order to win crypto or money. And that's, I mean, kind of weird. I have no idea what that symbol is. I can't say the exact payout thresholds. Yeah, it does sound like something Columbus would make. I cannot say what the payout thresholds are, other than that it has a $10 guaranteed base payout. So, if I were to hype the product on stream for 1 hour, I would get $10. Woo. But the other ones, I got one for Arknight's Endfield, actually, which is interesting. And that one has a $20 base pay, but I'd have to play for 2 hours. So. And there's also bonus activities that could get me an additional... oh. Yeah, I could get $5 extra by using an in-game budget. Woo! Oh man, by spending $10 to $60 in-game, I could get a $5 reimbursement. Yeah. So... I mean, again, it's Arknight's Endfield, which, I don't know, open world gacha, interesting. I'll keep going more in a bit. Let's talk about what it means to miss someone. I love Perseus from the bottom of my heart, that's why I want to see him again. But I'm also a little scared. But I still want to see him. But what if this happens? But what if that happens? And round it goes. So I decided to remember the time I spent with him and trust in that. I decided to believe in what we had together back then. There were more happy moments than I can count, but there were also a few, just a few, times when I saw something else behind his face. So I decided to believe that there was something I could do to help him for once. I miss him so much. But...
What's all the deep breathing, Missy? Feeling seasick? If you've got a hurl, it's better not to hold back.
Oh no, it's not that. I never get seasick. I guess I'm just kind of getting nervous.
Nervous?
Oh boy, so I gotta lock in then. You mean because the river's coming to an end? Yeah, I'm wondering if I really will get to see Perseus. It's not that I didn't believe I would, I just didn't quite feel as real until now. So that's got my mind racing and my heart pounding. Like, what do I see when I see him? Is what I'm wearing now okay? I think any guy would be very happy with what you're wearing right now, Andromeda. She's no Galatea, but I bet she'd make a great motif. I get it, I totally get it. Who said that? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Again, I did not recognize the symbol. No clue. It's a ship. Drake? Or Anne Bonny Mary? No. You're kidding me. Bro, why? Why are you teaming up with the loser, bro, Beard? You want to see the object of your affections, but you're scared of what will happen once you do. Fear not, lovesick one. Your love is sure to turn out swimmingly. Oh god, I'm not singing that. Oh, you guys are in perfect sync. Are you actor heroic spirits? Have you done a lot of musicals? I can understand why you'd think that, but no, they're actually pirates. Blackbeard and Bartholomew Roberts. Two of them. Is one of them a genuine Chaldean servant like we saw with Kali? Not exactly. They're, Are they actually here? Nope, they're Chaco servants. Okay. They're one chocolate split into two people. How did that happen? They're a figure. This is crazy. Only for those with a genuine wish to see someone they miss have the right to be here. Of course, I would have much rather been here on my own, but apparently and unfortunately, old burly Blackbeard here happened to have the same type and degree of yearning that I did, so we ended up stuck together. Who are you calling burly? Believe me, I would have much rather been stuck with a pretty girl than you, but it is what it is. Still, I think this is a miracle after all those times I spent sobbing myself to sleep after having to throw away the chocolate I'd made for myself to make it seem like I was actually popular. Oh, Brobeard, no! God must have heard my prayers and finally decided to bless my pure, lovesick heart. Oh, even Columbus feels pity. But doesn't that mean you both want to see the same person? I don't see how you guys could have ended up on the same river otherwise. I don't know enough about how this works to answer that, but our yearnings definitely line up in one way. That's right, the person we both want to see so badly is the girl of our dreams. Very arbitrary there. Huh? I can't wait to finally meet her. It goes without saying that she's a stunning beauty. But she's also sure to dress in a sailor uniform, be kind to otakus, occasionally wear glasses that look really good on her. With an aura of mystery the likes of which has never been seen before, she's also sure to have bangs. Frick you, Bartholomew. Thank you, fast forwarding, thank you. That's what the girl of our dreams is like, and that's who we're here to meet. I see, sounds like you guys really thought this through. I mean, I can tell you're super serious about this, but I'm still surprised your ideal is so specific. Now do you see, this is the dream of a man among men. It doesn't matter how cringe you find it. We'll never change it for anyone. We couldn't even if we wanted to. I don't think it's cringe. Like I said, I can tell you're both serious about this. It's clear from your eyes that you really love this person. If anything, I'm kind of inspired. It's impressive you're able to talk so openly about what you love in a good way. Your eyes are no slouch either. In fact, I can hardly believe it. A pretty girl who's kind to otakus? Stay strong, Blackbeard. That girl waiting for us at the end of this river is sure to be all that and more. Oh, right, good point, Bartholomew. I was almost about to settle for strawberry and forego the shortcake. Though, of course, strawberries are plenty delicious in their own right. Based on how they're behaving and from what I can see of the river, it looks like the river's trait is... art? That's right, our river's trait is moe. And if that's not clear enough, let's just call it affection. And what better way to demonstrate affection than with objects that accumulated lots of it? So that's why there are all kinds of figurines, wigs, magazines, and photos in the river. They're things you both consider your treasures. Affection items, eh? We may have thrown them into the river, but don't think we did so lightly. It took every bit of strength we had to toss our collections overboard. We borrowed them from our originals when we... Oh no! Oh no! Poor Blackbeard. No, his collection! Oh no! Poor Blackbeard. So that's why Blackbeard and Bartholomew were so distraught about their things missing. We get it now. We've endured our own pain and suffering to make it this far. Which is why we can't afford to lose. I will do whatever I must to finally meet my perfect hidden eyes, even if that means becoming a demon, though, and so be it. Capricorn! They're powering up. Even I can tell their magical energy is skyrocketing. They really are deadly serious about this. So I know we need to fend off their attacks while adding things to our river like usual, but I have no idea what kind of items I could use to signify affection. Like, I love the sea and swimming and stuff, but how do you turn that into objects you can throw in the river? We'll have to figure it out and quick. Okay, after this battle, I do need to go to the bathroom, so I will be putting an ad break on as soon as this battle is done. So I'm going to go pure forward march. And then bathroom, and then come back down. I'll run an ad for the bathroom break. Break bars! Damn good thing that Kama is strong. An endurance battle! Oh, frick you. You sons of biscuits. Please tell me that is not an infinite guts. Come on, destroy them, please. I don't know how long this battle will last otherwise. Kama didn't even break them! Kama, Cammy, why? Why, Cammy, why? You were the chosen one. You were supposed to break their balls, not let them survive. Okay. But yeah, if I do a sponsored stream, it'll probably not be until next week, just so I can have this week as sort of like a break from having to worry about being in class every Thursday and Wednesday night. Yeah, it's those kind of break bars. Son of a biscuit. I hate these break bars. If anything, it'll be next week that I do a sponsored stream. I hope that the sponsorship offers remain the same between this week and next week, because there is actually one sponsorship that seems like it could be interesting. Really two, but again, it's going to sort of be up in the air. I'm pretty sure that it's more than just run the stream. I think the campaign lasts for a while, even. Push the button. Kama smash. Elements. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure it is essentially, I need to keep a campaign running for like a week. Yeah, I need to get paid 30 days after it ends. So that is a slight issue, is that it would take a long time before payment comes through. Because one of the campaigns is 25 days, so it would be 2 months before I get paid out. Another campaign lasts, is only going to be 7 days, which, Alright, but, thankfully that was that, so I'm going to really quickly run an ad and go to the bathroom. So, enjoy the ad breaks here. Come on. Come on, dashboard. And 3 minutes of ads ago. Okay, the ad was run. I don't know how long the ad's been stuck for. I hope it's done. At least. Please tell me if the ad's done. My dashboard thing is not telling me. Okay, it's done. Just needed to see somebody say something to know that the ad was done. Alright. Hopefully I was not gone too far beyond the ad's completion. Excuse me. But Unit 6 until I'm at the ideal U, Section 2. I will try to remember. I will certainly try to remember. We're holding out so far by throwing in boulders from our emergency stockpile, but we can't keep that up much longer. Isn't there anything we can do? I'm so sorry, but we don't have any objects that signify my affection either. If I could go back to my room, then I could throw in my faux doll and send... No! Don't throw in the faux doll! I mean, I might be able to think of something, but what did you have of mine, Mash? Mash, you don't need to be embarrassed. Just say what you have of mine. But right now, I don't think I have anything on me that could help. Not on me. Truth. Neither do I. For the record, I have no particular fondness for poison. It is merely a means to my ends. Though I do find it an interesting field of study. I'll have to call on someone with affection to spare. Who to pick? They're both really obsessive. Oh, I mean, can't we? Why not both? We gotta choose our Paizen, our senpai. What was that? You want me to toss my collection of Lord Zhang-Yu toys into a river? Are you out of your mind? No, I'm not worried about running out. I have plenty of spares for this headed ornament alone. But there's absolutely no way I'd ever let go of anything even remotely connected to him. Now that I've finally been reunited with him, I'm never leaving his side again, not even conceptually. No, but if you want me to share some pain from the spear he gave me, I wouldn't mind. Well, go on, have some. No, Paizen, no! Never mind. Even if it would, we don't have the resources to send anyone in to help you. I'm sorry, I wish we did, but we just haven't been able to refuel quickly enough. Just give up, it's no use. We'll be marrying the girl of our dreams in no time. Ridiculous though they may be, their feelings are genuinely powerful. Even if we did scrounge up an effective item or two, it would not be enough to move the needle against this onslaught. Indeed, there's no point in bringing in only a few such items. We'll need a great deal of them to make any headway. But then what can we do? I don't know, what can we do? I'm so close. I can't come this far and not make it all the way to the end. That's why I got on this ship in the first place. To make my way there and see it with my own eyes. What, was Zufu similar? Damn, I guess I got no other choice. You have an idea, Beard Guy? Sure do. As a matter of fact, I got plenty of stuff I feel real affection toward. Honestly, I really don't want to let any of it go, let alone throw it into a river. But I owe you people for fighting all the other battles so far. If this is what I have to pay to make us square, then so be it. What just fell out of your fist? Is that a coin? It would appear to be a silver coin. Surely that's not all you have, no? You said you need a whole bunch of affection items, right? Damn it, I got no other choice. Money! I've never seen so many coins all piled up in one place before. I can promise you, I've got tons of affection for these things. I devoted my life to gathering these coins, but I'm willing to let a whole bunch of them go. After all, I can't let our ship stop here after we've come this far, or it'll have all been for nothing. So just this once, I'm going all out. He spent his lifetime accumulating the wealth. Columbus's coins are pouring into the river like a waterfall. And I think they're generating a powerful forward progression vector. He's secretly... I mean, you know, the nightmare version of him was all, where's me money? I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask, like, where were you keeping that many coins on you, and how the hell are you getting them all out? But for now, there definitely seem to be the kind of affection-loaded item we need. Now, instead of just playing defense, we can go on the offensive as well. Let's send these guys packing. Got it. Thanks, Beard Guy. And I'm sorry you're having to use all your money.
Hey, it's like I said. Under these circumstances, I've got no other choice. Besides, you always need money to get ships moving.
But yeah, going back to some of the sponsorship offers that were available, this is one that there are no spots left, and I have no idea how I was supposed to do it, but I was supposed to install TikTok. I had a TikTok sponsorship offer. If I hyped TikTok for 30 minutes, I would have gotten $20. But how the heck are you supposed to stream TikTok? Also, what kind of debuff did Blackbeard just get? Just don't do that. Yeah. And the thing is, even if I did do TikTok, which I'm not particularly a fan, I'd only get extra money if I got people to install TikTok. So it would be like I'd need to install TikTok myself and then convince other people to somehow install TikTok as if they don't already have it installed. But again, that one has no spots available at this point, so it's kind of moot, but okay, they're fighting now. I'm gonna attack with Cammy base now. But there are some other sponsorships that do seem interesting enough that if they are available, I might take them and go from there. But we'll have to wait and see until next week. But yeah, it does feel like it would just be a reaction stream, but again, there's no spots left. It was kind of snapped up quickly, much like the Raid Shadow Legends sponsored offer. So I'm guessing the easy ones oftentimes get snatched up quick. That was a blood-curdling scream. Alright, there we go. That was pretty easy once they don't have endless guts. Yeah, I know. It's already looking like it's gonna be a 3-hour stream. So I need to close out any extraneous tabs and lock in. Good grief, this is starting to feel downright immoral. Well, at least now I know what it is like to spend with a bandit. Damn it, we're losing ground. Come on, Blackbeard, this is no time to still be holding on to that collection you've always bragged about. And that, the more I was looking at it, the more I started thinking I just couldn't bear to part with it. But never mind me, you've still got some of your top-secret hidden eye stashes, right? Throw it in. Anyway, why should I have to give up my greatest treasure before you give up yours? Give me that. If you won't go through with it, then I will. What do you think you're doing? Don't you know throwing away another man's booty is an act of war? Not even my crew would ever stoop that low. I might believe you if you weren't trying to get a hold of mine while pretending to stop me, you dirty pirate bastard. They're fighting each other now. I knew there'd be disadvantages to their team up. Now's our chance. Alright, time to finish this. Destroy their ship. Wouldn't that work?
We got a whale on our side.
After all. It was a glorious dream while it lasted. No, my chance to finally meet the hidden-eyed girl of my dreams. Man, they seem really distraught. I feel kind of bad. Well, don't let it get you down too much. In one sense, this kind of thing happens all the time with them. But don't worry, they're resilient, just like you'd expect pirates to be. One moment you're sobbing, now you're laughing. Like you're untouchable. Did you go mad or something?
Don't get me wrong, I'm a wreck. Tears in my eyes, that's the pure, unbridled truth. There's something else I need to admit, too.
Yeah, if our wish really had come true. If we really had met the girls of our dreams at the end of this river, then we'd no longer be able to enjoy the search for them. When you think about it that way, it still sucks, but maybe it's not all too bad. Plus, we've already met Suzuka, and she seems like the new kind of popular girl who's kind to otakus and willing to mercilessly toy with us. The path of hidden eye love is steep and narrow. I never expected I'd be able to master it in a day. Which is all the more reason why it's such a thrill every time I meet a new hidden eye along it. I don't know about toying our hidden eye paths, but I'm glad you're not mad about this. But I will say this, milady. If there's someone you want to see, but you can't be then you can't be half-assed about it. So don't go having second thoughts now that you've won this figurative ticket forward off us. Yeah, if nothing else, I don't want you going forward with any regrets. As the saying goes, bangs once cut will never grow back. I came up with that one, of course. They will, though! That's what hair does. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. But I think I'll be okay. I've already made up my mind. If I have a chance to see the man I love again, then I'm definitely going to take it. So don't worry, I won't let you guys down. I'll make sure to hold my head high when I see him. Oh, baby, talk about bittersweet. I usually wish for pox on the heads of couples lovey-doveying up at Christmas and Valentine's Day, but maybe I can congratulate you just this once. And even if it doesn't turn out exactly how you hope, don't worry. You already know the perfect hairstyle for covering your eyes if you need to shed tears of sorrow. Bartholomew. Thankfully, Bartholomew should be ignored. Alright. I've never met anyone like those guys before. They weren't easy to beat, but thanks to them, I think I'm ready now. I might be nervous, but I'm not uncertain. Not at all. Alright, one last stretch before the goal. Let's do this thing. I thought you might have your own reasons for going down this river, but I never thought you'd take it that far. Who are you really? What do you mean, who are you really? It's Columbus. We're just seeing the more kind side of him. Much like when he was a kid. We all remember Kid Columbus. Columbus is not a bad guy, guys. Not in the context of FGO, at least. I forgot I had to do this. Son of a biscuit. I have... Okay, just use the bronze fruits. Use the bronze. No, not that. I need... Castoria. Roll out. Okay. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But he's being redeemed in FGO, like, as was evident earlier, Zahak. I don't know if you were there for it, but... And plus, you probably already played the event, but... Ever since coming to Chaldea, he's not really been that schemy evil against us, you know? I mean... Didn't he... I want to say he, like, had some connection to Herman Cortez, too? At least, wasn't that the case in something related to LB7? There was some connection to Cortez. Maybe that's why he has all the silver? He just came up with a broken Yu-Gi-Oh format. Oh? What would that format be? Cortez. FGO. I feel like he had something regarding Cortez. Maybe. Or I'm just making it up. AKA hallucinate. I'm not seeing anything, so I might just be making stuff ups. These but it is. 10 monster zones, extra deck up to 30 players draw each turn until they have 5 in hand, hand trap limit of 5 and min 60. Minimum 60, dang. That's 10 main monster zones though. Yeah, that could get kind of broken. But a hand trap limit of 5 could keep things interesting. It depends on what you define as hand trap though. Like, what if they don't intend to use the card as a hand trap though, you know? But something I would really like to see get an official thing. Oh, no AP cost. Also, this is a star, so we are at the goal then. Is the Deckmaster format, like from the filler bit of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I would really like to see like some official Deckmaster stuff, because it seems like it could be pretty cool. Or fun, rather. Alright, here we go. Time to lock in so I don't go too late with this stream. Alright, I think now's a good time for a little chat. Speaking as Caldea's technical advisor, there are some things I can overlook, and some I definitely can't. What's up? Is this about how I look, how different I look in my downtime outfit? Because there's a reason for that. I told you how I used to skip my class so I could go on to hang out at the beach with my friends from town, right? Well, I had to at least change my hair color, or the guards would have spotted me a kilometer away when they... No, I'm not talking about that, although the reasons for your change of appearance are definitely relevant. Came up with it to see about unlocking the true potential of DDDs. Fair. Columbus arrived in Americas in 1492. Cortez arrived in Tenochtitlan in 1519. I thought there was some sort of FGO connection between the two. I think we all stopped questioning it at some point, but I'm actually talking about you, Columbus.
Me? What about me? Well, I guess my clothes do look a little different in this singularity. But it's still like I told you back at the start. I don't know why it happened either, and it's not all that unusual for servants to change appearances, right? Think about how different lots of them look during summer or Christmas.
Truth. Granted, that's a different circumstances entirely, so
I'd rather you not worry too much about my new look.
I'm bringing this up because I'm pretty sure there's more to it than that than just a new look. It'll be adding Sacred Breeds will break it more. It'll be like Pot of Greed on steroids. Good gracious. Pot of Greed on steroids. What does Pot of Greed do again, though? Da Vinci told Mash about this before. For example, we never did get into how you produced all those coins during that river battle with the pirates.
What, that? I had to, or we couldn't have won, right?
That's true, and I do appreciate you helping us back there. But the thing is, that went way beyond materializing data tied to your spirit origin. There were way too many coins for that, not to mention you produced them way too naturally. So the way I see it, that must have been a phenomenon equivalent to a heroic spirit's skills. But Caldea's Columbus doesn't have anything like that in his data. So I have to ask, who are you, really?
Hey now, how many times do I've got to say it? You can see for yourself. I'm...
Columbus, yes, you know. Your spirit origin pattern does line up with that. The problem is, there are some particulars we can't verify. There's a part of you that's basically a black box.
Pot of Greed. Oh, Pot of Greed lets you draw cards. Okay.
Fallen Paradise allows you to draw 2 if you have Sacred Beast, giving you can drop until you have 5 in your hand. You can have +7 plus drop. Yeah, that could get broken. I could see why you would need a minimum deck size of 60 for that. I could definitely see why you would need that, but... I mean, what other archetypes would really benefit from that kind of format outside of DDDs? So I suspect you are Columbus, but there's something else mixed in with you. Also, I don't know if they're still relevant, but Trickstars would love to play against that kind of deck, Zahak. Trickstars would love to play against that. Triple Lycoris, burning you for 600 every card you draw. Yeah, Trickstars would very much like that. I suspect you are Columbus, but something else is mixed in with you. Oh, how intriguing. If that's true, that would mean you've been deceiving me this entire time. I don't really get what you guys are talking about, but is it something bad? That's what we're trying to find out. How about it, Columbus? If you have an answer for our questions, I'd appreciate it if you told us of your own volition.
What to do? It shouldn't be long now, so I had a feeling it might just be a matter of time before... Whoa.
What's going on? Did the ship suddenly just pick up speed?
We're here. The end of the river. It's a giant hole!
They could have thought this through a little bit better. They really could have thought this through a little bit better. Is this where we've been trying to go? Cardians, Heroes, Ignisters, Branded, and Blackwings. Okay, I could see some of those, yeah. Chocolate River is flowing into that hole at very high speed. Stop adding chocolate and boulders before it pulls us down there. I have stopped, but it's moving on its own now.
Santa Maria, drop anchor. We came to a stop.
Probably on. Thankfully, yes, but the Chocolate River is still flowing into that hole. What is that thing anyway?
Now that we've made it here, there's no reason to keep it a secret any longer. I'll tell you what that is.
It's a pit that leads to the underworld. Well, I guess it'd be more accurate to say it leads to a place that's becoming the underworld. A place where chocolate that never got gifted goes to die, along with the feelings behind it. So it's not actually the underworld. Not yet, anyway. What are admancipators? I've never heard of those. Those must be a newer archetype. But now that you know where it's ending up, I'm guessing you can tell what this chocolate river really signifies. No. A river that leads to the underworld, so then this is the river Styx. Exactly. It's the concept of a river flowing through the underworld seen in all kinds of myths, taken on physical form. You people have probably seen it before. I know out in parts of the Far East they call it the Sanzu River. Hang on. I think I know who's mixed in with Columbus here. The local colloquium was the Sanzu River Oni. Charon. And those piles of rocks are the Sanzu Riverbank. Charon, the ferryman of the dead. He takes coins as payment. Specifically, 2 coins placed upon the eyes of the dead. He ferries souls of the dead along the river Styx. He also, in Hades 2, provides himself as a merchant right before every major boss encounter, where you can buy things such as extra HP, sometimes even boons or hammers, and right before the very final fight of both games, in either path you take, you get a bigger shop instead. Oh, Raid Raptors. I loved playing Raid Raptors at the time, when I could. No, I see. If that's the case, that does bring a few things to mind. But it also begs the question, how do you know that? Exactly. Because my goal was to bring you people here, of course. I had to get you here no matter what. I couldn't let you get held up anywhere further up the river. It's like I told you way back at the start. I'm willing to lie if it means getting a ship to its destination. Columbus, are you? You people are on the right track. I am Chaldea's Columbus, but that's not all I am. Here on this ship, it's mostly been me driving the Spirit Origin. I'm borrowing from him. Hell, now that I've said this much, you can probably guess who I am without me telling you. If this river is close to its conceptual ideal, then it wouldn't just be the Sanzu River. It'd have to be the same underworld river that shows up in European, Indian, and Egyptian mythology, too. So you have a myth-spanning river Styx, an underworld, and a boat. Does that mean you're... Well, I guess I might as well tell you. Here, my name is Charon. I'm the one who rows the boat that crosses the river Styx. Charon is in the underworld's ferryman. That's who you really are, beer guy? Some of you don't look all that surprised. Does that mean you were starting to catch on? There were some things that gave it away, I guess. You never made any weird faces. That's true, that's true, that's true. That's not the only thing, though. I hope you can believe me when I say I'm here to make sure the ship gets where it needs to go. I'm no hero, I'm just a sailor who gets ships where they need to go. A real Columbus would have said something where I want to go. That's a fair point, though. I see. The Columbus inside me is laughing and saying you're dead on right now. You're a lot sharper than I thought. Charon, the ferryman of the river Styx, sometimes known as the river Acheron, which appears in Greek mythology. As I recall, you're the child of Erebus, the god of darkness, and Nyx, the goddess of night, so I guess that makes you a god, too. The dead would always pay him silver coins for safe passage along to the underworld, right? I see, so that's why you had all those silver coins. And according to some descriptions, he's said to be an old man with red eyes and a long beard. Yeah, that tracks. But I also recall you usually wear tattered old robes, so I'm surprised you're dressed so sharply. That was Columbus's doing. He was okay with me borrowing his Spirit Origin. But he said if I was going to steer his ship too, I need to dress the part. I didn't have any other choice, so I had him tailor this new outfit for me. It cost me some coin, of course, but it was a fair trade. I'd expect no less from a businessman. Never mind your clothes. Get to the point. Why did you deceive us? What was your purpose in guiding us here? What you need to ask? I want you people to get rid of that foe in Underworld hole. See, he's all good. Like, sure, Columbus took some money from him, but it was all for good cause. See? It's all for good reason. Columbus is slowly on the path to redemption. Confirmed. In a word, I guess you could say I'm a client with a prospective job. I'm betting that hole is just the core of the singularity. It's the entrance to a new underworld taking shape that you can only get through to from this chocolate river Styx. And I want to see it gone just as much as you do. I think I understand. But to be honest, this is all so sudden that I'm having a hard time following. I don't get it. If you're really the ferryman to the underworld, why would you want the underworld gone? It's simple. An underworld that revolves around dead chocolate of all things is no underworld at all. I can't bring the dead to an underworld like that. It goes against everything I believe in as a ferryman. You people don't count because you're not dead. Still, dead or not, I did bring you here, so I'm going to insist you pay the charge. Lucky for you, it won't cost you a single silver obol. All I ask is that you get rid of that hole. Please. What do you think, Da Vinci? Well, it does look like the Holy Grail is inside that hole. But that must be what's attracting this dead chocolate concept, which in turn is creating a new underworld. It basically happened spontaneously, without anyone's nefarious involvement. So that explains how the singularity came about. He does say please. I think we should do it. He said the magic word. The magic words have been spoken. The ancient pact has been invoked. Priority is to get orders to get rid of singularities. In this case, that would seem to align with your goal. But I still don't know why you didn't just tell us all this from the start. Because I couldn't prove there was a hole or tell you where it was located. I could intuitively sense that this chocolate river had the same traits as the river Styx, and that a new underworld was being formed at its endpoint. But I couldn't have told you where that actually was until we got there. Besides, for some reason you were mistrustful of me right from the start. Even if I told you what I knew back then, I didn't have an answer for your biggest question. So it was obvious that telling you before we got there would just make me look even more suspicious. And if I had slipped up in any way after that, well, you probably wouldn't have listened to another word I said, right? Besides, I could tell from the scent of death mixed in with the chocolate smell from the stagnant river that I had to do something about the situation before the world got even more messed up. Long story short, before we set about either treating the symptoms or solving the problem at its core, I had to hurry and get you people down the river before I could explain what was really going on. I always planned on telling you everything I knew once we got here. Yeah, this is just a hunch, but I don't think you're lying. I believe you. So while you're explaining, can I ask you about something else? Why'd you say this river would let people see someone they miss? Yeah, good question. For that matter, why do we need to imbue the river with someone's traits in the first place? To imbue the... I clicked there, please, and thank you. No, that I actually wasn't being fully honest with you there, either. It wasn't a trait we needed to get the river moving, it was a yearning that would guide the way. The river gaining traits was the result of a kind of side effect. It's the desire to see someone you miss that moves the river along. The Holy Grail was trying to create an underworld that was tied to the concept of dead chocolate. But that wasn't enough to get the river moving. That's why I was standing still when you got here. To fix that, we needed to give the river a stronger emotion that would propel it along. An emotion that works best with ungifted chocolate ended up being the desire to see someone you miss. The locals must have picked up on that subconsciously. And they weren't wrong. The underworld's where the dead go to rest, and everyone dies eventually. So if you ignore the timeline aspect, you could see the people you miss by following this chocolate river. Since that's where this river ultimately leads. I see, so that's what they meant. I can tell you're disappointed. But if that hole had finished becoming a new underworld, I really do think you could have seen him. As an underworld made by pouring in a river that lets you see people you miss. Columbus's artist is one of the prolific FGO artists who draws a lot of Columbus outside of FGO and also draws the newest servants in JP. That's cool. I can't look up all of his work because I don't want to be spoiled, but that sounds pretty cool that they are a fan of Columbus enough to draw them outside of, like, FGO. It makes sense for them to become an underworld that lets you see people you miss. So, what will you do now? What else? We gotta plug up that hole. Otherwise, the singularity will never go away, right? Oh, what about seeing your lover? Don't you still miss him? Of course I do. But as much as I want to see him, I can tell this is no place for second thoughts. I made up my mind that I was going to become a hero who helped other people. That's the whole reason I'm here. Well, let's come up with a plan. Yes, let's. Unfortunately, I don't have a single idea how to do this. Help me. Yes, yes, don't worry. We've got this part covered. Just give us a bit of time. Okay, after running some scans, we now know that hole mostly consists of alternate dimensions, but it's also technically a real physical hole as well. Imagine an incredibly steep chocolate waterfall, and you'll have a good idea of what it looks like on the inside. The Holy Grail signal looks to be about several dozen meters below the surface. Can we salvage it from up here? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. We can't pin down its coordinates in 3D space, so we only have a rough idea of its location. Which means someone is going to have to actually go inside the hole and collect it. Me, I'll do it. Same thing with Tez's artist. At first, the artist was indifferent, but now he has an entire art book. Enroll until NP10. Damn. That's dedication. That is some dedication. Are you sure? I mean, full disclosure, given our current gear, you're probably the only one here who could do it. But still. I shouldn't have too much trouble going down this chocolate waterfall safely since I'm on Cetus. And if I max out his power, I ought to make it back up the waterfall no problem too. So you're confident in this, girl? Of course, just leave it to me. It's definitely dangerous, but I think it's also our only practical option. Okay, if you can grab the Holy Grail yourself while you're down there, great. If you can't, just fire an anchor at its location and we can use it in our next plan. Thanks for doing this. Wish there was more I could do to help. At least take this comms device with you. I have some experience providing mission support from a kind of command tower, so I might be able to help you in that way. Will do. Thanks. Is there anything you'd like to say, Master? One thing. Don't sacrifice yourself here. Yeah, don't throw your life away, got it? Looks like you got a glimpse of my past. That happens with masters and servants sometimes. Anyway, I appreciate that, but you've got the wrong idea. I never planned on dying back then. That's the truth. I don't know if you'll believe me, but in my own way, I was doing my best to fight. I just wish I could have done a better job then. I believe you, just be careful. Again, her hair is just like different shades of chocolate. Okay, I'm all set. Let's do one last check. At the risk of repeating myself, we just need you to go down and check things out. Don't take unnecessary risks. If you feel like you're in danger, then come back straight away. Roger, Dodger. You seem to be taking this very casually. Well, no matter. If something happens, it will not be me dying. If worse comes worse, I can at least throw in some poison that will ensure you do not suffer. Yay, the good boy Columbus gets +3. So you may rest assured as you make your way down the pit, girl. You haven't changed a bit, huh, Empress? I guess you really aren't quite like my mother. Alright, everyone. I'll be back soon. Be careful. Go, Cetus. Alright, I'm making my way down the chocolate river on Cetus now. We'll be at the hole soon. Understood. Please exercise maximum caution as you make your way down. Okay, we're here. Well, guess this is where the real work begins. Take your time, Cetus. Don't let the waterfall drag you down.
Good luck, Missy. I'm counting on you.
Go, Andromeda, go! Are you okay, Andromeda? Are the comms still working? Yep, reading you loud and clear. What's it look like down there? It's really dark, and the chocolate smells really strong. It feels like I've turned into chocolate myself. Okay, I think my eyes are starting to adjust. I'll try going in the direction you said the Holy Grail might be at. I don't know if it's floating in midair or buried in chocolate, or what, but hopefully when I see it... Something wrong. That's weird. I thought I saw something off, but I couldn't get a good look at it. It almost seemed like there was something odd with the chocolate waterfall. What's the chocolate moving on its... Andromeda. Andromeda! That didn't sound good. And that's not all. Choco monster? Chocolate whirlpool. Oh my god. The chocolate's alive! It's alive!
Well, must have figured out we're trying to close it. Seems like it's using the Holy Grail's power to control the chocolate that it's been pouring in, and wielding it in place of the limbs.
And the hole has a mind of its own. Or at least it has self-preservation instinct. I'm surprised to see such behavior from a hole, but I suppose anything goes with the Holy Grail involved. Damn it, it's taking everything I've got to keep the ship from capsizing. You people will have to. Master, as crazy as it sounds, I think the hole's trying to attack us with chocolate. Let's make sure let's start eating. Eat the chocolate. Eat all the chocolate. Just nom 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 nom. Chocolate's so delicious, so good. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. I need this chocolate. Oh, we're against an Avenger. I could have probably chosen better here. Okay. Interesting. I'm very curious. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Multiple resistance to all attacks. So this is just an endurance. Yeah, that's why I said that they probably did not think this through right with the enemy that we're up against here, but I think I need to get a cast NP here. Cleanse these debuffs I've got going. I should have done cast first. What am I doing? I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum-dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum-dum-dum. Okay. Oh, they should get rid of those debuffs and give us some protection whenever the next turn comes around. We do have a second NP, so that's good at least. But it's gonna start to be a slugfest here. Lovely. But, I actually just want to see, how does this look in the NP? Okay, it doesn't look that beautiful. I was wondering if it would look really silly or something, but it doesn't. Sadness, I wanted something silly looking. I think 3 arrows were left. I think. But it's definitely looking like it's going to be a longer than 3-hour stream here, unfortunately. Can't do much about that. I've locked in as best I can, and I mean, I've locked in, you know. I have indeed locked it in. Good gracious, this Choco River does not want to let me do stuff. Because remember, one of them being story only. Yeah, story only nodes are what's taking the time. Well, that and the fact that I've had to do a free quest in between every main quest section, which is kind of just silly. I've made my opinion known on that. It's silly that they made me do multiple extra free quests, but it is what it is. It's in the past now. Yep, interlude stream next week along with the challenge quest. Because I do not believe I will be able to do the challenge quest today. I must conserve the, stuffs. I must conserve my command seals. You know? But also, I don't want to be going super duper late or anything. So I'm not even gonna do the, I'll give it a quick chat thing, either. I'm just gonna play this out. See. Okay, there we go. That's that one done. Thank goodness. Is there an after story segment? There is. I still got my hands full over here. How are things looking? We managed to subdue the chocolate for the time being, but we're not out of the woods yet. Huh. Damn it, what happened to the girl? I've been trying to reach her, but she's not answering. If the hole's putting up this much of a fight out there, the inside's gotta be Andromeda. Requiescat in pace, Andromeda. Rest in peace. We'll let Perseus know when we eventually summon him. What a brave sacrifice you made. In an instant, the darkness seemed like it had come to life. The next instant, I felt something dark, heavy, and sweet. It enveloped me from head to toe before I could even react. Now I'm trapped. It's so dark, heavy, and sweet in here, I feel as though I've become chocolate myself. I literally can't even lift a finger. No, I can't tell if I'm lifting one or not. I can't tell if my eyes are open or closed. I can't even tell if I'm still breathing or not. All I can tell is that I'm very, very tired. The dark, sweet heaviness is nice and warm, like a blanket swaddling my entire body. More specifically, this heaviness is made up of exhaustion, bravado, fear, misconceptions, misunderstandings, hope, and lots of other things. It's so heavy and sweet that it's very hard to resist. Even though I know it's not actually happening, I can feel my eyes starting to close. It was then that I remembered those words. A river that lets you see the ones you miss. A world that lets you see the one you miss. That's right, if that's true, then maybe I can see him again if I fall asleep. I miss him. I miss him so much. After all, I wanted to be a hero. My parents were as human as anyone. They laughed and cried, they rejoiced and envied, and sometimes their pride got the better of them. And now, thanks to that pride, everyone in their beloved kingdom was in trouble. The kingdom itself was facing an existential threat. So naturally, I thought I have to do something. I'm their child. If I can help, I have a responsibility to do so. But despite my resolve, there wasn't much I could actually do. In the end, this was the only idea I could come up with. Mom, Dad, I want you to sacrifice me to the monster and say that the Oracle had said you had to. I had no idea if it would work. It seemed like I might end up dead, but I didn't mean I was walking to a certain death. I was just going to do what I figured a hero from the stories would do in this situation. Yes, I was going to do battle with the monster. Oh. I would pretend to be chained to the boulder, and when the monster sidled up and lazily opened its mouth to eat me, I would ambush and kill it. I don't clearly remember what my weapon was. Maybe it was a hidden dagger, maybe it was a needle tipped with poison. Hell, I might not have had a weapon at all and just grabbed the sharpest rock I could find nearby. Whatever it was, though, I wasn't going down without a fight. If I succeeded at killing the monster like a real hero, then great. If I didn't and ended up eaten, then my grieving parents would also just need to say, "O gods of Olympus, O great Poseidon and beautiful Nereids, we've sacrificed our daughter as penance for our unforgivable mistake. Please quell your anger." And then that would be that. I thought it was a great idea. No matter what happened, I figured things would work out. But then, while I was waiting for the bated breath for the monster to arrive, as I had my trembling hands leaned on my chains to stop my legs from giving out, and tried to convince myself the tears blurring my vision were actually just spray from the waves, a miracle happened. A true hero descended from the sky and easily saved me and my kingdom. Before then, I hadn't known what a true hero was. But from then on, I knew without a shadow of a doubt. I was incredibly fortunate. Maybe too fortunate. My first and last exposure to a hero was the pinnacle of what a hero could be. So while this may not be the best choice of words, the moment he descended from the sky and saved my life was also the moment when my own heroic ambitions died. Aw, Andromeda. My eyes are getting even heavier. I can feel the weight of despondency pressing down on my shoulders. There's nothing I can do. Maybe this is for the best. Maybe it's okay if I just let myself sink into unconsciousness. I do really want to see him again, after all. Why even try? I'm just a damsel in distress anyway. A sacrificial maiden. I only exist to be rescued. So no one will care if I give up. No one will take issue if I don't try my hardest. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. So you guys don't mind if I'm just going to get some sleep. Wait, hang on. Something's nagging at me in the back of my mind. What was it again? Kali's blessing? Is Kali's blessing going to come into play here? That'd be pretty interesting. It's no use. She's still not responding. I think she might have lost consciousness. Gloopy, gloopy chocolate. Damn it, it may not belong to me, but this is still my ship, and I'm its ferryman. I'd be a laughingstock if I let a boat I'm steering capsize. I can still hold out here. Please keep calling to Andromeda, Master. You too, Da Vinci. Andromeda, are you in? Over. Damn it, we may be holding on for now, but we can't keep this up forever. We have to come up with a plan. Excuse me. I see you're racked with indecision. Very well, then I shall deign to lend you a helping hand. I can tell you exactly what your best, if not your only course of action here is. What is it, Semiramis? Please tell us. Alright, listen carefully. Why not forget about rescuing her? Nope. Not gonna happen. Wait, hang on. Something's nagging at me at the back of my mind. What was it again? It's a bitterness. There's something bitter at the back of my tongue. I was absolutely happy. That much is certain. Oh, I see what she means. You know what, Semiramis? You're right. We should stop trying to help her and let her save herself. I loved Perseus, and I loved all the children we had together. It really was a blissfully sweet life as I could have had hoped for, and I think he felt the same way. But at times, I also sensed just a hint of bitterness as well. Sometimes it was his smile, sometimes his sleeping face, sometimes the way he would stare off in the horizon. It was a very, very faint. So faint I don't think I would have noticed if I had spent my life at his side. So faint nobody would have noticed unless they had tied their life to his. Sometimes that bitterness was tinged with other things too. Tiredness, sadness, emptiness, coldness. Whenever I thought I caught a glimpse of it, I'd always wonder what it meant. I've never figured it out for sure, but I think I at least have an idea. I think it had something to do with him being a genuine hero. The kind of amazing, one-of-a-kind hero the gods truly smile upon. Maybe it was all in my head. Maybe that bitterness never existed at all. Whether it did or not, I thought it was there, and it never quite stopped nagging at me. Even now, I don't know the answer. But every time I wonder what the expression on his face meant, I can feel a dead part of myself aching with pain. The part that never got a chance to become a hero herself. We need to let her become a hero. I don't blame him for losing his chance to become a hero. That has nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do with that. I was really happy when he saved me, and I know better than anyone that his heroics outclassed anything I could have done. But part of me that couldn't understand it. She was still sad. Because even though I loved him from the bottom of my heart, the very fact that I'd given up on being a hero myself so I would have a place by his side meant I wasn't qualified to understand. Hey, Perseus, can I ask you something? What would you think if by some chance I managed to become a hero myself? On second thought, never mind, I don't need to ask. Maybe you only ever thought of me as the sacrificial damsel in distress you saved. But if that damsel somehow became a dashing hero like you, I'm sure you'd be happy for me. If I was a hero myself, I hope I'd be able to take a little weight off your shoulders. I hope I could get rid of at least a little of the bitterness you always felt for having been a hero. Maybe there are some things one hero can't do anything about, but with two, who knows? So that's why I'm not going to fall asleep here, and I hope I can see you again. What would be the point? I'd just be repeating myself. No, the next time I see you, I want it to be as a new me, a heroic me. Because if I gave up on saving someone else, if I gave up on being a hero yet again, if I just went with the flow without ever standing on my own ground again, how could I hold my head up high around you? So open your eyes, Andromeda. Tighten your fists. Remember that bitterness you could never forget. You can't let yourself lose now. Not like this. Wait, this really is bitter. What the hell? Oh, gotta love the little bit of comedy there. Oh, awake? How fortunate that it reached you. Empress, what reached me? Did I not tell you? I said I gotta throw in some poison if worst came to worst. You mean? Indeed, I released a poison that would cause anyone charged with magical energy to suffer. It was much easier than my usual administration, since I merely needed to let it flow down in whole instead of only affecting a small target. It's still so bitter. My skin's tingling. What did you do to me? I fell asleep, didn't I? And this was a kind of shock therapy to wake me up? Perhaps. Or perhaps I was simply trying to finish you off once your whereabouts were lost to us. Still, I did adjust the poison to affect the chocolate more than a little girl servant, so be grateful for that. Oh, you're so soon, Semiramis. Okay, that's enough posturing. I'm glad we reached you again. Are you okay? Yeah, more or less. That's a relief. If you're still pouring in poison, do you think you could stop? It's making me kind of itchy. Listen, this poison is the only thing weakening the hole's resistance. If I stop the poison, the chocolate connected to the Holy Grail will begin to act up again, since it's too charged with magical energy. Your life may no longer be in immediate danger, but you are still in the belly of a beast. Is there anything you can do about it? Well, there was that light I just saw. Wonder what that was about. Light? From the Holy Grail? No, it wasn't quite like that. It felt warmer, like it was inspiring me to be brave or something. It's all the chocolate she's been gathering! Huh? It's from inside my clothes? It's all the chocolates. What's this? Another node. Start the battle. Endless battle. Final note before epilogue. Whew. It's chocolate. The chocolate I got from all those people I met on the river. All by the power of chocolate. But why is it glowing? Oh, I think I get it. It's because it's alive. None of them had given up on seeing their heart's desire. I wonder, maybe that's true for all of it. Hey guys, are you there? If you are, then it's okay. You don't have to be scared. This is a sign. Even though this chocolate may not have reached its recipient, it still hasn't given up. One arrow? That's good. And now this warmth and light priming they pump for. I knew it. You guys were so sad and agonized about not reaching your recipients that it felt like you were dying. But you're not actually dead. By the power of chocolate. See, chocolate can be bad and chocolate can be good. Yeah, that's right. Since you're not dead, there's no need to go to the underworld. So let's go where you really want to go, where you can see the people you want to see. I know what I have to do now. Can you guys get ready? Sure. Ready for what? I'm gonna send all the chocolate in here back outside. I think that'll probably get the Holy Grail connected to it to come out too. Then it'll be up to you guys to work together to collect it. You're going to send out the chocolate. Can you do that? Sure I can. Wow, an animatic here. Final Ascension. I was wondering if this outfit was an Ascension because it was in her NP, but I like this. This is a good look. I do prefer her casual wear, though. But this is a very Greek look for her. And they all want to come out anyway. Wait, what's with this getup? Is this really me? You mean you didn't realize? How are you more surprised than we are? Never mind that for now. I'm pulling on the chocolate with my chain, so make sure you guys get ready when it comes out. Here we go. Super Andromeda. The chocolate's already fallen down a hole into the underworld. Even if the underworld is still in the midst of forming. Are you certain you can pull it out with your chains? I see. We've come this far on her river, which treats boulders and chocolates as the same thing. In which case, she can manipulate the chocolate because it's boulders! Brilliant. Conceptual bullshit. Ahoy. Hang in there. Me? Hang in there, Cetus. Listen, guys, I know none of you want to give up on your dreams, so come on, work with me here. Gotta love conceptual BS, man. The ship's anchor is wrapping around my chains and pulling with me. Looks like this body's owner likes what you had to say. Don't worry, Columbus. Whatever it costs to drop and weigh anchor, I'll pay it in silver, so pull with all your might. Man, Columbus is on our side. He's helping out of his own volition, man. He's really on the redemption arc. Chantal's trying to fight back. Let's pull with it. Let's pull as well. Alright, don't worry, Master Alice. I'll do everything I can to help Andromeda and Charon's plan succeed. I suppose it'll be useful for the future to see how well my poison worked on this chocolate. Man. Classic Nasu stuff. Yep. Conceptual BS ahoy. Gotta love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Alright. Andromeda needs to be starting. Just press confirm. What does this give us? I mean, you know what? Why not? We're gonna go with this. We'll go with what the game wants me to go with here. No, we want this. Sorry, I thought that was my Castoria. We'll go with the game's decisions, except for Arc. I'm gonna replace Arc with... Andromeda has a quick base? Or, no, she's arts base, so we'll put Arcas in. Castoria. Let's roll. A bro tier list? Yeah. You know what, maybe for... Oh, she's quick. Whoops. My bad. I mean, Castoria's general support anyway, so it'll be fine. Grandma's feelings removed. Spectrum, we got a road class affinity changed. Ooh, I mean, look at that. It's arts in the card, so it worked out in the end. It all worked out fine in the end. Yes. And you. And Andromeda Smash. But yes, a bro tier list, maybe I will do it for like White Day or something. Well, no. Actually, that's a good thought process that just occurred to me. So, we're gonna be having White Day in March as well, presumably. So that means the Oriole Call 2 is probably gonna be after that. I mean, this is of course presuming that there will be a White Day this year. I mean, I'm guessing there will be, but... So, with regards to there being a White Day, maybe for White Day I'll do a Bros tier list for all the Bros of Chaldea. Galatea's feelings helping out here. Alright. Man, Andromeda's just getting strong. Kali's feelings. There will be a White Day. Okay. I will have to plan around that, but I do think doing a Bros tier list for White Day could be a good idea. Because, I mean, it's gonna have to be Bros, because I cannot see husbandos. Like, I cannot look at it from that kind of perspective. And there are a lot of Bros in Chaldea. Lots of Bros. Honestly, I don't even know how I would rank that, because I think every guy servant is probably considered a bro to some degree. I'd have to, like, look up the different rankings of bro. And that's gonna be weird. Like, different rankings of bros. How would that work? Exactly. Okay, yeah, we just barely got that last NP here for Andromeda. Alright, one more smack gotta do us some good. So yeah, I'd have to come up with different ranks for all the bros. I mean, I could just rank them like the general S tier and all that kind of stuff, but I like coming up with the unique names, you know? I like coming up with unique names. I can't have a would die for this bro tier, because I'm pretty sure all of them would die for us, you know? Because that's just the master-servant relationship there, but... So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to think about. Definitely think about making a bros tier list. Not sure when, though, but I'll think on it. I was gonna say, please don't just be a blank screen and me have to reset. We'll stop fighting back. We're ready for you, Andromeda. Go! There's less bros than waifus, though. Choco Mountain. Yeah, it worked! That seemed like a pretty brute force approach, but I can't argue with the results. You were right. When all the chocolate came out, the Holy Grail connected to it, too. There it is. Holy Grail. Just friends, not a bro. 4 tiers, that's not bad. I'll have to make note of that at some point. Thanks to all the fighting, its magical energy is dispersed, and it's losing its hold on its surroundings and its effect on the world. You should be able to collect it and seal it up just fine now. Would you do the honors, Andromeda? Leave it to me. Yeah. Okay, got it. So, do I just give this to you now, Mash? Yes, it's nice and safe in my shield. Thank you so much. Now that the whole core is gone, the hole is quickly losing its underworld properties. Pretty soon it'll either just be a regular hole, or it'll disappear altogether. Be that as it may, why is all this chocolate flying off in just different directions? You need to ask that all that chocolate was made to be gifted, so it's going where it needs to go. Now I see, maybe it wasn't just brute force after all. There was a Holy Grail in that hole, and Holy Grails are obviously all about granting wishes. So if Andromeda made a connection to it and wished that all this went back to where it belonged, maybe that's what got the nearby chocolate to reverse course. This whole thing started spontaneously after all. So it's definitely possible that there was still a chance for someone to use the Holy Grail to intervene. Still, even if I'm right about all this, I'd guess she did it all subconsciously, just like that ascension that took her by surprise. Okay, on to the epilogue. This is looking like a 3.5-hour stream. Longer than the waifu rankings. Funnily enough. Epilogue, no battles, we go. Hey Perseus, if I'd been a hero, if I could have stood next to you on equal ground, could I have helped share the sadness you felt as a hero? Could I have understood it? Could we have had the same thing we had back then, but in a different shape? Could we have gone through life together with just a little less hardship? And a little more joy? Of course, no matter how many times I talk to him in my mind, there will never be an answer. So I looked down at my own body and giggled. Is this what I look like as a hero? I don't know. But I think I have at least gotten closer. For now, that's good enough. I guess I won't be able to see you just yet. But until I do, I'll keep saying it over and over. I miss you, Perseus. I can't wait to see you again. Aww. I really do hope that we get Perseus so he and Andromeda can have an event together. Oh, I'm back to my old self. Oh well. Thanks so much. Hey, I was gonna say that to you too. I think I'm one step closer to my dream now, and it's all thanks to you guys. Of course, I still have no idea how much further I have to go, but that's okay. Just knowing that it's okay for me to keep going in this direction is a huge win. You'll be able to stand by Perseus' side just as you desire. I think he'd have loved to. That. Our connection really lets you understand my feelings, huh? This is kind of embarrassing. Bros for life are Q-Caster, Asterius, Hans, Robin Hood, Bedivere, Leonidas, Caskill. Couldn't think of one from Orleans and Septum. I guess I don't mind you knowing. I can't think of any off the top of my head either. Well, now that my job is done, looks like this is goodbye. But, you know, I have a feeling we'll see each other again. Oh yeah, we definitely established a bond with you over the course of this mission, so that seems very likely. Yes, I hope you'll come see us at Chaldea next time. We have a simulator. You can go swimming in any ocean you like for as long as you want. Well, really? That sounds awesome. And speaking of wins, I think I had a personal one here too. I now have a better idea of what to do for my Valentine's chocolate this year. And I think that the idea will only get clearer with time. Oh, I don't know what that's all about, but from the look in your eyes, it seems like you're more up for romance talk than I realized, Mash. I don't know. It's still in the learning phase when it comes to that. Well, next time we meet, we'll have to talk romance then too. Don't worry, I'm still learning plenty about it myself. Okay, sounds great.
Looks like this is it for me too. As far as ferryman duties go, I think I did what I had to. I collected a fare, brought my passengers where they needed to go, and destroyed a port of call that no ship would ever end up at. This ought to keep Hades off my back. Thanks, I appreciate this. And to show it, I'm gonna give you back the change for your fare. Aside from the times when another river collided with us, it was pretty smooth sailing, right? That's because someone else besides my patron, Missy, had someone they dearly missed, and were throwing in boulders that fit the river's traits. Or put it another way, the servant who added the most boulders to the river sped us up, because they just happened to have someone they fiercely wanted to see again, too. And which one of you besides Missy had the most chances to throw in boulders?
Senpai and I were busy gathering chocolate, so it would have to be... What is it? I don't understand. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying your chief engineer there definitely has someone she misses, too. Though I don't know if she really is unaware of it, or if she's just pretending to be. So my advice and the change I owe you is to take the chance to be more honest with yourself.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This conversation's over. I guess I said I You remind me of my mother, Empress, but I guess you're also very different. You should have more confidence in yourself, and don't be afraid to be honest with your feelings either. You seem so pretty. You're so pretty that I'm sure it'll go over well for you. Is that your way of asking for another dose of poison? Of course, in that sense, Columbus here might have also been no different. If he hadn't had someone he dearly wanted to see again himself, a half-assed being like me would have never been able to negotiate our deal. Oh, so Columbus was missing someone too. That's interesting. Maybe a wife or children, or one of his closest mates from his voyage. Beats me, you'll have to try asking him yourself. Anyway, looks like my time is up. If you ever need a ferryman to the underworld, you'll always have a spot on my boat. Just don't forget the silver pieces, or you'll have to wait another 100 years. I hope we can get a, Perseus servant. That would, or not, well, yes, Perseus, but, Charon. Charon in Columbus's body would be interesting. I think this is it for me, too. Bye, guys! Can't believe I was roped into such frivolous discussion of love right until the last moment. I will admit your overly headstrong performance did help us finish this mission sooner. But you have yet to impress me elsewise. So if you come to Chaldea one day, know that I will do everything in my power to teach you the proper way to behave toward an empress. Is that clear, Princess Andromeda? Okay, but go easy on me. Bye, Andromeda. Andromeda and Charon both returned to their throne. And it looks like someone else is back in their place.
Glad it's over with.
There's the criminal mastermind.
Hey now, I didn't do anything wrong this time, or any other time for that matter.
Part of me still thinks things might have been easier if you just told us everything from the start. But I suppose it's possible it's not likely that you were if not likely that you were unable to do anything with Charon taking over.
That's exactly right. I was more of a middleman than anything else this time. Don't get me wrong, it's nice making money without having to do any actual work yourself, but it's not as easygoing as you'd think, being so attentive and keeping things running smoothly. Oh well, at least everything worked out nicely.
Well, did you get a nice big silver coin payoff from Charon or something? Between the fee for his clothes, and the one to inhabit your spirit origin, and the one to use your ship, I bet you made off a bundle off of him.
Hey now, don't get me wrong, this wasn't just about money. One reason I helped Charon out is because I felt I had a responsibility to.
No? And why is that?
Remember what he said back at the start about this being a river of dead chocolate? Well, I still have bitter memories of what could have been with the cacao I wasted back in the day. I was so excited when I brought it back to Europe, since I was sure I'd make a killing. But I just couldn't figure out a way to process it for European palates. Anyway, that counts as dead chocolate too, right? So I figured I must have been at least part of this river. But then, turns out the chocolate wasn't dead after all!
There's a Columbus face.
Just goes to show you should never give up on your dreams. That chocolate doesn't have to stay wasted forever. If I make a killing off chocolate now, then I'm sure that cacao will lead to happy afterlife.
I guess I'll just chalk it up to the beard. Well, I guess I'll just chalk that beard to you getting back to business as usual. So who is it we want to see so badly again, anyway?
Never thought that much about it. But now that you mention it, yeah, I do know who it is.
Who then?
The only person I'd want to see more than anything would, of course, be the god that saw fit to give me big dreams and help them come true. If I ever get the chance to meet this higher power, I'd love to tell them how grateful I am face to face.
Hello, Taurus. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Sadly, you're coming in at the tail end of things, but still, you are welcome all the same. How be things? How be things? Piety? Damn it, you of all people aren't supposed to leave us liking you more than we did before.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure you've been in the... You're not new to the stream, so you've dropped by here before, at least. You've sent 28 messages in the past, it seems, so still, welcome, welcome. How be things, how be things.
Why not? At any rate, it ain't easy making your dreams come true. Ain't exactly painless either. But that's also why, when one of them comes true, it's the greatest feeling in the world. I know I'm not saying anything profound here, but it's still true. So I say, I have the courage to keep moving forward. It'd be a waste to let chocolate you took the time to prepare die without ever giving it to whom you made it for.
Okay, I think Columbus is, like, when I eventually make the bro ranking, Columbus is going up there, because that is damn solid advice. Like, not just for chocolate, but if you make something for someone else, then give it to them. Don't just let it die. Don't let the feelings die out. Give it to them, and who knows? Honestly, that is some advice I could have used so long ago. And it may have saved me, it would have definitely saved me heartbreak, because yeah, it's just a bunch of high school memories, you know? High school memories and regrets. Had crushes on girls. And honestly, a lot simpler times, but I was a coward and I never acted on my feelings. I had multiple chances to do it too. Multiple chances, but never did it. Hey, 10 Valks, very, very nice. The Valks are great. Which of the Valks is your fave? But solid advice from Columbus here. If you take the time to prepare something for someone, don't let it die. Give it to them. And find out what happens. As long as you don't give up, your dreams will surely come true someday. Yeah, it's pretty early for you, so... But I guess I don't have to say that again, huh? No matter how much it might seem like people might have learned their lesson and given up, there's way more people out there who don't want to give up no matter what. Yeah. It's wild, you know. Twitch can bring people from all over the world together at the craziest hours. Rude? Fair enough. Mine's Ortland, personally. You know, she's just so shy and sweet and adorable. The still living chocolate dances through the air. Thank you for the follow. Carno Taras, thank you for the follow indeed. It goes where it needs to go to see people it wants to see. Its radiance, sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter, is protected by the courage that seeps down to its core. Maybe it all started with the people who made it. Maybe it started with the woman who smiled at the thought of it. But no matter how it started, the chocolate was pure hope, through and through. It was the embodiment of the desire to not disappear, to not give out under pressure, to not give up for anything. The kind of wishes everyone has, given physical form for all to see. The former river sparkled as it flew over the onlookers' heads. And even when every bit of chocolate there eventually disappears, new chocolate will surely keep being made, as long as people keep wishing. Ah, Aqua's VA. I honestly didn't realize that. Oh, Aqua. The useless goddess's VA voices not a lot of people. Oh, is this Smash's Choco? I think it is. I see the little foe. I don't know that word, though. I'm gonna butcher French again. Alright, be ready for some butchering of the French language. Prière Galaxy. Aqua, Ishtar. Alright, I'm getting a YouTube video up for the pronunciation of this word here. Come on, YouTube, load it up faster. Come on, it's loading. Prière Galaxy. Prière Galaxy. I think I was close with my first thing. A Valentine's Day gift from MASH. Hestia from Don Machi. You know, Hestia's a good cow. I mean, she's useless at the beginning, but she grows to be useful. I would say Hestia grows to be useful towards the end. A Valentine's Day gift from MASH. That day, she looked up and saw the hope embodied in myriad lights streaking through the sky. That sight inspired this chocolate cake. Using marbled ball chocolate, translucent jelly, and more, MASH has painted a beautiful scene of space, the stars, and the Milky Way. Naturally, the cake is galactic not only in appearance, but also in flavor. It invokes the brilliance of that sky, of motes of light brimming with strength, of unyielding resolve, and wishes yet to be fulfilled that rivals that of the pioneer who changed the world. Good Lord, that is a run-on sentence. It is an utterly human expression, precious, bright, and uncertain, whether she carries the same spark within. But perhaps someday. Mash, you definitely have that spark within. But you gotta love how much Mash's Choco game has elevated over the years. She is well on her way to being a chocolate master. But unfortunately, I've been going for about 3.5 hours here, so I'm kind of at my limit. My voice is still hurting from Saturday's waifu ranking stream because I had been at D&D pretty much the whole day before, so it was a lot of talking and my throat is starting to act up again, so I think I do have to, unfortunately, call things here. Thank you again, Carno Taras, for following. Hopefully you can stop by in future streams, even though it's also going to still be pretty late for you when they show up. But who knows, maybe I'll start doing some streams earlier in the day, since I don't have schooling to worry about. It's all up in the air. But for now, I've been Solrak Dragon. I hope you've all enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out the channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There's plenty of content for all to enjoy. If you are watching this on YouTube, please be sure to drop this video a like, comment down below if you have anything to say, subscribe to the channel, helps me out, and lets you know when new vids come out. By the way, if you type !FC in the chat, you can get my friend code Carno, just so that way we can connect on FGO. And if you want to catch me live, check the description down below. There are links to the Twitch and Discord where you can follow or join to get some notifications. But for now, once more, thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody, and again, I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day.